very excited. What the hell? What is this? Rewards enabled on channel. Huh, interesting. Well, that's interesting. That's neat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I see. It must have been a front page thing. That's why I have so many things in my inbox. All right, well, whatever. Back to it. Dismiss that. It's fine. It's time for fucking Fallout New Vegas. Oh, it's finally here. I played every single Fallout game, sorted to play Fallout 2, but also mostly to play this. Who would like to join? Would you like to join? It tells me after I arrive. I think it's like some sort of weird like guest star thing, but it's weird that it's just doing that for people who don't really stream. It's weird. Anyways, Fallout New Vegas. Fallout fucking New Vegas. It's the good one. It's the best one. I'm sorry, Fallout 2. You're really good, but like Fallout New Vegas is like just by and far. It's the best. It's the best one. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh. All right, so technically it has continued here because what we could do is we could go back to our Fallout 3 save because once again we were playing Fallout 3 through a sort of like backloaded Fallout New Vegas thing through Tale of Two Wastelands, which is my preferred way to play 3. I think that's like genuinely like the improvements that are added to that game with that are night and day. This one doesn't have the teenage boy who makes crack at a cow ship, but it does have Fisto, and that's what we. And you know what? That's important. It's important we get our robo fuckers in there. So once again, we are going to be running with the no radio stuff on because of copyright. Unfortunately, I just rather like would have the VOD like on Twitch be available regardless of like copyright stuff. So I have updated the radio command that I made for Fallout 3. So if you go to radio, it will post both a YouTube link. Oh no, there's not a space there. Give me 1 second. Let me fix that command. I figured there was something going to be going wrong. And if that's it, then that's fine, honestly. Dashboard. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me fix that really quick. Plus, man, radio. Okay. There we go. That should be better. Let me try that one more time. Wait a second. Wrong thing. We do radio again. There we go. A link to both a Spotify playlist and a YouTube video with all of the songs from Radio New Vegas on it. It's good. Shit's great. Please enjoy the ambiance that I will not be able to. Let's see. Is there anything else that I wanted to cover? Yes, once again, we are playing the Tale of Two Wastelands mod. Even though we are just playing Fallout New Vegas, I think that is still the better way to play it. It does add like a bunch of balancing stuff to it. Changes some stuff around, mostly minor stuff, but also makes certain perks like actually worth getting. Adds a couple of old like Fallout 3 perks back in like an improved state. It's good. It's really good. There's a lot of work that's gone into it, and I think it's really delightful. Once again, there is a link to the guide to installing it, which is a little important because it is kind of complicated. They've smoothed out the process a lot over the last couple of years, but it's still worth messing around with. Anyways, with all that being said, I'm going to grab a drink really quick while we wait for a couple more people to come in, and then we will be getting started. I am very excited. Also, after the stream, feel free to stick around for the raid. We will be raiding Eddie, who is going to be doing Wrath Ladies Night tonight. It's going to be a good time. So obviously, I'm going to be talking about Fallout 3 a lot during this because it's like the direct comparison. As much as this is as much as this is like more a sequel to Fallout 2 than Fallout 3, the differences between the two become very glaring, especially considering they're done in the same engine with essentially the same tools. And I would like to emphasize some of the differences between the two as we go through. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and click New Game. It will overwrite my autosave, that's fine. And we are going to go and start the Mojave Wasteland. It's going to be like Goofus and Gallant. There are a couple things that I will give Fallout 3, even over New Vegas. But a lot of that also has to do with the fact that they had way longer than 18 months to make the fucking game. So this is definitely going to get muted. Hey, Ham, how we doing? This is definitely going to get muted in the VOD, so I'm just going to sit here and not talk. We're just going to enjoy it. Okay, so now we kind of get away from that. God, I'm so glad they stepped away from power armor. NCR Ranger armor is so fucking cool. Let's see some hustle, boys.
War never changes.
Having one tech armor is clearly better than the rest is cool. You get the one suit at the end of Fallout. Yeah. It is, like, listen. I like when the cool looking armor is like just good, like,
new society,
but
establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and
I feel like I should probably turn this up a little bit, but I don't want to interrupt.
As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition.
Wow, look at that fucking engine go, baby. This game
across the Colorado,
ugly as sin.
Another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
I love how they have like the gloves on just so that they can like, okay, we don't have to decide an ethnicity for the player character right away. God, this game's
Will you get it over with?
This game's so ugly. I'm so sorry.
Looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig?
Anyways, hey, this is Chandler Bing.
You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is,
That gun is empty.
the game was rigged from the start.
There is no bullet in that fucking chamber. They shot me with a fake gun. So yeah, the opening of Fallout New Vegas is like 10 times better immediately than like Fallout 3. It's just like it goes from like the most cliche thing of like the protagonist is born to like, hey, some fucking slimy dude in a fucking ugly suit shot you in the head in the middle of a graveyard. Track him down. Kill him.
You've been out cold a couple of days.
Yeah, I definitely need to up the volume on this.
Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is.
Okay, I can do this really quick. Voice. We're gonna definitely turn it up. Yeah, that'll be good.
How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Yeah, I sure can. My name's Det.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for
You know, I don't think my mom would have picked that either, but here we are.
Welcome to Goodsprings. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place.
So right away, like, God, I'm so happy. Like I that intro plays and I'm just like giddy. I'm very like, God, we're back. So the funny thing about Chandler Bing playing the character that shoots you in the head, I don't know why I'm like saying it like it's a spoiler. I mean, this game's like 20 years old. No, it's not. It's like 10. It's like, is it? Wait, it came out in 2008. It's almost 20 years old. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Fallout 3. This came out in like 2010. I need to check this. Give me 1 second. This is gonna bug me otherwise. (2010) Gotcha. Almost 15 years ago. I don't know why I'm acting like a spoiler is like a big deal, but I'll just, I'll play along in case someone's watching for the first time on the off chance. Chandler Bing playing the guy who shot you in the head is like really funny because like they were looking around for voice actors and like I think Chandler Bing like literally approached Obsidian because he was like a huge fan of the Fallout games. He's like, I heard you're working on Fallout, like a new Fallout thing. Please, I'll do anything. I'll work for peanuts. And they're like, yeah, fuck it. Wow, it only looks 25 years old. God, boy, I tell you what, that Bethesda engine's good for a lot of things, but making pretty stuff look pretty ain't one of them. All right, we're gonna do character creation while we're going through this. Let's do some presets. But yeah, the intro is, this is not a gene protection. This is somebody's reconstructing your face. Let's see. We'll work off of this age. Let's get making a little bit more. God, everything's just so ugly. There's no way to make. You know what? Fuck all this. I'm going to go to hair. I'm going to change the hairstyle to like. Just something here. Give me 1 second here. Bedraggled maybe. We'll do a fucking high riser. We'll get like some sort of fucking facial hair on that. We'll do the Liam Neeson special. Change the hair color just a little bit. It's not quite black. There we go. Chestnut's good. And then we'll call it a day. Was one of those presets Harry Elysium? Boy, I tell you what, in hindsight, kinda. Although, to be fair, Harry Disco Elysium looks like every like late staged, like grew up in the 60s fucking disco burnout that's ever been. So it's an archetype that was already hanging around. All right, and then, well, yeah, this will be our character.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
born ugly, Doc. You don't got to
What's
worry about it.
keeping you in bed anymore? Let's see if we can get you on your feet.
I also really appreciate that the game is immediately from second one being like, yeah, new shit. Hey, the NCR is here. Fuck that. Caesar's Legion, Vegas.
Slow now. It ain't a
Fuck
race.
you. New shit. Give me the new shit. I'm stealing your doctor bag. I do not have access to that. I don't have my Pip-Boy. I will take some Sunset Sarsaparilla.
Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead.
Sorry,
and
Doc. I'm busy looting your shit.
You'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
So this is how you test your, instead of using the child's book, you use the Vigormatic, the Vatomatic Vigor Tester. And you get, like, all these fun different things of, like, what each thing means or whatever. It's neat. I like it. So you got your perception, your endurance, you know, your special stats, same as always. And then you can just go back here and review it. Alright, so how do I want to adjust this build? Charisma's obviously going to stay at 1. It's just cute. It's just, like, they tried to make it a little bit better in this game. They instead of just tying it to a couple skills and calling it a day and just being like, that's it, that's all you fucking get, they also tried to tie it into, like, hey, your companion, the higher your charisma is, the more, like, shit, the more damage your companions do. But all your companions do, like, fucking giant damage even with 0, even with, like, 1 charisma, so what's the fucking point? There's a couple things to consider with the builds, though, that are, like, kind of unique. For instance, you want, like, 7 or so endurance. Not just for, like, you know, having your health, but also because there's a clinic somewhere far away where you can get implants, and that will, like, boost your stat, kind of like a bobblehead from, like, Fallout 3 did. But, but how many you can get are tied to your endurance. So, like, there's all these different concerns. Like, everything kind of has, like, its thing. Like, in health, a lot of things, like, for some reason, charisma isn't tied into any specific skill check, which is kind of crazy. But, like, there's, like, a ton of dialogue options that are locked behind, like, perception, or having a high strength, or, you know, having a high intelligence, or luck. Hell, you can even do, like, a dumb playthrough. Kind of like a Fallout 2 style. It's not quite as robust as Fallout 2, but that's hard to do. But that's a little harder to do sometimes. It's neat. There's a lot of fun ways to build a character in this. And I'm not saying that you can't do, like, builds in, like, Fallout 3. That's absurd. That'd be absurd to say. But, like, the amount of stuff that, like, ties in, how your build ties into, like, how you play the game is, like, way more in this. The idiot playthrough does have some real fucking gems in it. We will not be doing an idiot playthrough. What I'm planning on doing is doing a pretty, like, what I would call a pretty standard playthrough of New Vegas. I'm not going to be siding with Caesar's Legion. It's not going to be like an evil playthrough or whatever, because that's not really representative of the experience most people have in these games. And honestly, fuck the Legion. Legion's a dog shit fucking faction to, like, actually do quests for. They're good antagonists, but, like, it really is, like, 18 months. They only had so much time to flesh out some of these quests. It's neat that some of them are, like, reverse versions of, like, the NCR quests that you would get. But other than that, it's, like, whatever. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and probably do, like, pretty low strength. I'm gonna be doing mostly guns, but I do want a little bit of carry weight. Perception, I do want pretty high, same as agility. And I definitely want luck. I mean, this is Vegas, after all. We're going to be gambling. You also want good intelligence. I think we're going to go ahead and put it at 9. Caesar is an idiot's idea of a smart man. Yeah, I mean, he says shit like Hegelian dialectics, so he's got to be smart, right? See, I got 1 point left. Where do I want to put that? Probably an agility. Just for having the extra bats points. This seems fine.
Huh. Must be some frontal lobe damage.
Damn.
Well, we know your vitals are good. But that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking.
Yeah, sure thing, Doc. Which, of course, might mean right-winger standing because media literacy burns their skin if it touches them. It's really funny how much people tell on themselves.
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Cat.
House.
These are all terrible, by the way. These, like, shelter, sure, whatever. We're gonna do renovate. Or shelter.
Night.
Day. Fuck you. Let me do the oppositional shit. God damn it. Sleep, I guess.
Bandit.
That's one. That's 2 words. That doesn't count. That's fucked up. Stab.
Light.
Dark.
Mother.
Father. Jesus. We'll do caretaker. Fuck it.
Okay. Now,
Are you doing a Kelly dialectics at him? This is my Rubicon.
Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Conflict just ain't in my nature. I'll be confrontational when the thing calls for it. Well, okay. Actually, you know what? Let's play this as if it was me, right? Like, you know what? I don't really like conflict. I'm not super opposed to it sometimes, but at the same time, I would prefer to avoid it if possible. So I'll agree.
I ain't given to relying on others for.
Oh, strongly disagree. You should always be available. You should always be welcoming help from other people, or like help other people out.
I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
On one hand, like, I would say maybe no, but at the same time, I'm streaming. So that's, like, kind of an immediate conflict, right? Yeah, agree.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
I don't think I agree with that. I think I'm pretty able to, like, move on to, like, the next thing.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
It depends on the situation. Like, I mean, if it I'll think things through, and if it calls for, like, taking things on head on, but if it's murder to, it depends on the situation. No opinion.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this?
Looks like 2
Tell
ants.
me what you see.
Angry 2-headed ant. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. How about this one?
What does this look like? It kind of looks like a rack of meat that's been kind of like cut in two and then like cut like vertically. It's like a back half of like a butchered like cow or something like that, or some sort of like animal. And then like it's got like a dildo attached to the top of it. Listen, I this is what it looks like. I what that says about me, I'm not sure, but space age technology, sure. That's 2 bears high-fiving. That's explicitly 2 bears high-fiving. Fuck everyone. Fuck them for not putting that as an option. That's like it's a light in the darkness.
Well, that's all. I don't have nothing to compare.
So hey, and then they're like, well, I mean, these are the tag skills that we kind of gave you, but, you know, fuck it, you know, whatever. Like, if you want to pick them, that's fine. I'm probably going to go guns, just because, like, I like energy weapons, but, like, the amount and variety of lead spitters are always so much fun. Now, one of the things that is really cool about this, you may have noticed that I picked up an energy, like a laser pistol right away in like one of the first like boxes that you find in the game, just like in a random box. That's because energy weapons are, unlike Fallout 3, they're everywhere. Like, they're a viable build from like second 1 to like the end of the game. And they're really neat. They do a lot to make energy weapons like appealing. I still prefer like a good old lead spitter though. Also, something that we may not have noticed, because I was playing this version of the game for Fallout 3, but in Fallout New Vegas they did change a couple things around. They actually eliminated one skill and then replaced it with another skill. There used to be small guns and big guns. Big guns being like miniguns, rocket launchers, stuff like that. Would sometimes play into with explosives a little bit. There'd be like some crossover between the two. That's out. They're like, that's stupid. Why would we split guns? Guns are guns. Energy weapons are energy weapons. Explosives are explosives. Why do we have this like weird third fucking category here, or like fourth category here that doesn't make any sense? So they changed that to survival. I like my weapons conceivable or inconceivable, no middle ground, so I never touch energy weapons. I think energy weapons are neat. I wish I played with them more. Maybe I should. But we're going for full comfort here. I always say I always mean last time I played through Endgame. I always wanted an LMG with armor-piercing rounds, but strength now has a profound effect on your ability to use heavy weapons. Yeah, exactly. So instead of having like a heavy big gun skill, a lot of like the larger guns have a strength requirement behind them, which alters like what kind of build that you can use like to do things with. I set my strength at 4. I am planning on buffing that up at some point between like implants and like a couple other things that I can get along the way. And there's also a couple perks that decrease the amount of strength that you need to handle like heavier weapons. So I'll still be able to get some of the big guns, but like it's not going to matter as much early on. So we're going to swap that around. Guns, speech, science is pretty good. Lockpick. That puts me at 24. Poor barter. Beach is definitely one that I want to have tagged just because it starts so low with 0 charisma. Let's you know what? Fuck it. We're playing an intelligence-based character. Let's do science.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you.
What you need from me, Doc?
I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
You'd be shocked. So yeah, the traits are back. Traits weren't in original Fallout 3. I got added in with the new build, with the mod and the backporting and whatnot. Traits are great. For those of you who didn't catch like the Fallout 3 or Fallout 2 or Fallout 1 streams, hey, what's going on? Why'd you wait so long? I got, I mean, like, I get it. This is the most important one, but like, this is like, you're missing historical context. Maybe go check those out. I'm not telling you how to live your life, but but yeah, traits are like a system where you can take a disadvantage to get. It's a kiss system. You're gonna get a good thing, but a bad thing's gonna happen to you. It's trade-offs. It's being able to make nuanced characters. I'm a vigilant debt follower. Thank you, Hobo. I appreciate your service. There are a couple ones that are like pretty obviously like a little bit better than everything else. Like this one where you get 5 points to every skill, but you suffer like 10% experience gain from now on. This one's like incredible. Like there's enough shit going on in New Vegas that you're gonna hit the level cap basically no matter what you do. So this is just free points. Like this is free. This is easy. This is an easy pickup. There's built to destroy here. All weapons have 3% chance to critically hit, but equipment condition degrades 15% faster. That's not bad as long as you got stuff to repair with, and you don't mind doing all that shit. I think weapon maintenance is still a little annoying, even if I do think it is better in Fallout New Vegas with weapon repair kits and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and miss that. Claustrophobia. These ones kind of suck, actually. basically what they do is they'll like, and this, it doesn't necessarily have suck because of like the role-playing stuff that's available with them, or like the how do I want to put this, the actual like fantasy of the trait itself is not bad, but because of how it works mechanically, it really sucks. These ones will, like, instead of like giving you a -1 debuff when you're outside and a +1 when you're like inside, what they'll do is they'll like actually take away one of you, like go into the code and into your base stats and take out 1, and then they'll give you a buff of 2 when you're outside. So that means when you're like doing your special systems and your perks and stuff like that, and they're calculating requirements for stuff, some of the requirements in the perks in this game require you to have a certain special stat and like have a special stat at a certain point to be able to use it. That means that you're fucked with that. That's why like claustrophobia and like God, where is it? 4 Eyes are just like, they're just not good. They're just not good to pick because they disadvantage you way more than they help you, even though it's a fun flavor thing. Fast shot, 20% more quickly, but 20% less accurate. That's pretty good, especially if you're doing like a hip fire build or something like that, where you're not really focused on being accurate anyways. Special, like, yeah, early bird is also kind of like that, where it like gives you the buff and like takes it away permanently. They're just not great. Good natured is really fun. I like this one a lot. You gain +5 to barter, medicine, repair, science, and speech, but -5 to all your combat stats. It's neat, especially if you like tend to like go through like a lot of quests, going through like either more stealth based stuff or like, you know, just hanging around doing more skill checks, speech, talking your way out of stuff. Obviously, you're gonna be fighting a lot, but like -5 to like guns early. The thing about good natured that makes it really neat is that you're almost always going to be using barter, medicine, repair, science, and speech, no matter what you're doing, no matter what kind of build you're running, no matter, you're going to be interacting with these things no matter what. You can choose just not to interact with anything except for like your chosen fighting discipline. So it's essentially 25 skill points for -5 somewhere else, because you can just ignore everything besides the one thing that you're using, right? So I really like good nature. I think it's great. Melee and armed attacks do more damage but less critical damage. This is fine. I think that like a lot of like melee builds tend to focus better when they're a little bit more crit focused anyways. So I think that this is a little whatever. But like, I mean, hey, more base damage is always fucking good. Like that shit's neat, especially in the early game when you're not going to be doing as many critical hits. You got Hoarder here. This one's fun because it's like, it just plays into the fantasy that everyone has. Hey, you get 25 pounds of extra carrying capacity, but anytime you drop it below 160 pounds, like you're just losing you're just losing a bunch of stats. This one's neat. I like this one. Because like, who's dropping, genuinely, unless you're going into a DLC, unless you're like, you're just sitting around, you're like, I gotta make room because I know I'm either gonna have to drop stuff, or I have like a weight limit going into a DLC, or I know I'm going to be dropping all my shit, or I need to pick up stuff. Like, you're never gonna be going below 160. Like, you're gonna have your 8 items on you, you're gonna have like a couple weapons, some armor. Like, you're gonna be hitting that. It's neat. It's very easy to hit. Hot-blooded, drop below 50%, you gain 15% more damage, but -2 to agility and perception. This one kind of sucks because it's so, like, it doesn't, like, do a whole lot. Like, it's only 50% of, it's like, you're almost never going to be dropping below 50% health when you're not just going to, like, start healing up. It's just not worth it, really. Kamikaze is pretty neat. -2 armor, but +10 action points. If you're going for a VATS build, that's pretty good. -2 damage threshold kind of sucks, but I mean, hey, listen, this is fine. This is fine. Logan's Loophole is one of the ones they added in for, I want to say it was Old World Blue, so they added this on. Which is why this makes sense, because like, hey, the level cap. The level cap in this game started at 20. No, it started it. The level cap of this game started at 30 back in the day, and like each DLC raised it up by 5, raised the cap by 5. So at the end of it, it was 50. And this is like, hey, you're gonna stay level 30. You will never chems are gonna like last twice as long, and you're never gonna be addicted to them, which is great because like chems can like, do some crazy stuff. They added like a bunch of different chems, and all they do like doing all sorts of like funky stuff like additional regeneration of AP. There's like a slow like a bullet time one. There's stuff that like is additional healing items, like there's stuff that'll regen your limb condition. It's neat, it's good. It's not worth losing 20 levels. This is a challenge mode perk. Or a trait. Loose cannon, throw 30% faster with 25% less range. I mean, like, technically it's a DPS increase because you're going to be throwing stuff, but, like, you know, you're getting caught in the blast and stuff like that, especially with a bunch of grenades. And, like, I'm not a huge fan of, like, throwing explosive builds. Like, I think that they're better as, like, a supplementary thing to, like, whatever else you're doing. So this is whatever. Skilled is obviously great, I said. Hey, this is great. Limbs are more easily crippled, which means you're going to be spending a couple more in stim packs and doctor bags, especially in hardcore mode. But hey, +1 agility. That's free stats, free special points. Everyone loves free special. It's good. It's a good one. Trigger discipline. Fire 20% more slowly, but 20% more accurately. It's the exact opposite of fast shot. I think due to the way they calculate stats out is like if you take fast shot and trigger discipline, they're just like they don't cancel each other out, but like they actually make your shit like a little bit worse. Wild Wasteland is a given. Wild Wasteland, okay. So this one is like really interesting because this one doesn't have any kind of mechanical like implications whatsoever, with a couple small exceptions that are like really fringe cases. This is like, hey, so a lot of the random encounters in Fallout 2 and Fallout 1, and even sometimes in Fallout 3, little wacky, little bit like, ooh, kooky, pulp, like, irony, references, shit like that. It's fun. Some people don't like that. Some people prefer a more serious thing that they can get a little bit more immersed into. That's fine. I prefer the silliness. I prefer a little bit of silliness, so... this is where all this silliness is put. If you take this, you're going to get some stuff's going to be replaced. You're going to see a couple more random encounters added to the pool that are a little bit more silly. Some stuff is going to like change, and they're going to add in a bunch of stuff. It's basically, hey, do you want silly or do you want to stay relatively grounded? Wild Wasteland is great. We're doing Wild Wasteland. And like I kind of just want to do scale just because it's so good. It's so good. It feels great. Like 10% minus XP is like nothing. That's going to be most like that. If you're looking for like a recommendation for like what a standard build should be in terms of traits, that's what I would recommend. All right. Anyway, sorry, he's walking us out. But first, I'm going to take this sweet old man who took us in and fixed us up. He hasn't charged us a goddamn thing. I'm stealing all his shit. Stealing everything in his fucking house. Sorry, Doc Mitchells. It's a rough wasteland out there. And so, like I said before, I think we're going to be playing this more of like a standard sort of like Fallout New Vegas run, where it's like, I think we're probably going to go independent at the very end of things, just because I think it's a really fun ending with it's very open-ended. I think it's like a fun thing to do. But we're mostly going to be doing NCR stuff. We're going to be doing NCR quests up through the most of the game. We're going to be against the Legion. We're going to be going around. We're going to be interacting with all the different tribes and stuff like that. We're going to be exploring. The best way to go through this game and explore and see basically all the content is to do basically what I'm describing right now. I will repair. So if you go back into the room that you are, there's a couple skill checks that once you get your stats assigned and you get your skills tagged and whatever, you'll have a better shot at doing. Or like any shot at all of doing. And it's just like little bonuses to reward you from like, hey, here's how like this stat can affect like things around you or be used in skill checks or stuff like that. If anything, minus 10% XP just makes the sweet spot where your RNOP lasts longer. It's really nice like that. So you could, science of 25, you can make some stim packs or some drugs. So if I took Logan's Loophole, this might be a little bit more appealing, but we're just going to make stim packs. I don't like using chems. I hate dealing with addiction mechanics like that. Is there anything else we have yet to loot from this poor man's house? I don't think so. I think we have stripped it all. Oh, we took. I'll take a SAT. Can't equip it yet.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one.
Wow.
Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on, too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style, anyway.
Thanks for patching me up, Doc. Sorry I stole all your shit.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out, too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Yeah, I'll do my best. And then, hey, hardcore mode. So this is something that got... I don't remember if it got added in our patch, or if it was in the base game. I'm like 99% sure it was in the base game. But yeah, some people like hardcore mode. They like the idea of surviving in a post-apocalyptic wasteland and like, you know, going through some of that like thirst and hunger and sleep mechanics and stuff like that. And it got modded into Fallout 3 a lot. So the guys over at Obsidian were like, hey, why not? That was there on launch, I remember. Yeah, exactly. Stim packs, so there's a bunch of changes, but it kind of boils down to this. Stim packs heal over time. They can't mend broken limbs. You're going to need like a doctor's bag for that. Radaway is over time. Ammunition has weight. And then like you have hunger and thirst meters, as well as sleep meters. You got to fill all those up, otherwise you take more and more penalties and eventually you'll die. And you can just turn it on or off anytime. And then like you get an achievement at the end if you do a hardcore run. And I think it's interesting, but I don't think it's particularly good. I don't think it adds a whole lot to the experience. We're gonna enable fuck it, we're gonna enable some DLC. So this is what you get from the Gunrunner's arsenal. The Gunrunner's arsenal is like a small piece of DLC that's not story based at all. It came out, I think, between I want to say after Honest Hearts and before Old World Blues. And what it did is it just added in like a ton of guns and like unique weapons, a couple old weapons that were in the previous games never kind of made it over. Added a bunch of ammo types so you could, like, a really fun ammo types, and like a bunch of like stuff that you could craft and like 1 or 2 perks. It was really neat. But what it also added in all the pre-order DLC that you got from like doing all the different pre-orders at different places, and they just added it in. So we're gonna go ahead and turn those on. A lot of it's nothing. I'm not gonna probably be like using a whole lot of it, but I do want to kind of show it off. Okay, so weapons. So some interesting stuff. They've kind of changed around some stuff from like base Fallout 3. Like I said, a lot of this is going to seem very familiar if you watched my Fallout 3 stuff, just because we were using the same system. Weapons are split between damage and DPS, as opposed to Fallout 3 where they were just damage. And then, so damage is like the number that it does in like, hey, it's going to do this much damage if you hit somebody with a bullet from it, or like a swing or whatever. DPS is like, hey, if you're hitting all your shots, if you're hitting all your swipes and swings and stuff like that, this is how much damage you're going to do per second, considering reload, other stuff like that. Yeah, no, those things came out like they were crazy, the cadence of those. Strength and skill, instead of just having a skill requirement for guns and like stuff, you're going to also have strength. It's gonna wobble, or it's gonna like you're gonna swing it more slowly if it's like hand to hand. You can like kind of ignore it. It's annoying and it's gonna make you miss a lot more often, but it is something you can compensate for. Condition is the same as the other one. It's like 75% or higher. Weapon does max damage, and 50% for armor. And then modding. They added weapon mods and stuff like that in this game. They were not present in original Fallout 3. So the pistol is the gun you start off with. You can repair the 9mm submachine gun that's lying in this house. Binoculars, I think, are baseline as well. Knife is something I picked up. Laser pistol is something I picked up. The caravan pack adds. Well, that's weird. I don't have the weathered 10mm from the classic pack. There should be more weapons in here. I think the caravan and classic packs have not loaded in yet. This is from the sturdy caravan shotgun and the mercenaries grenade rifle are both from the caravan pack, if I remember correctly. There's apparel, like, you know, stuff like that. I'm putting that hat on. Lightweight leather and lightweight metal armors, pretty standard. They're just like pretty nice alternate versions of it. They weigh a little bit less than the normal versions. They protect a little bit less, but they're mostly comparable. Bunch of stuff like here. This is a bunch of stuff that I stole from his house, but yeah, some of the weapon repair kits and the super stim packs are from something else, some other stuff. And then ammo types. Obviously, we've talked about those. Okay, tribal pack, which comes with the tribal raiding armor and 10 spears, as well as a broad machete and some bleak venoms, or if you're going for more melee focused. Oh, by the way, you can go anywhere now. The tutorial is essentially over if you don't want to do it anymore. Instead of going through the entire Vault 101 sequence at the beginning of the game, like you had to with Fallout 3, with all those childhood flashback sequences and dialogue and like running between hallways with no combat, or then just doing this like really small like dungeon that kind of sucks. You can just go anywhere now. Have fun. You can come back later if you want. Old World Blues, The Reunion, Lonesome Road, Happy Trails, Honest Hearts. Oh, hey, Victor. I heard you were the one who fished me out of my grave.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Well, thank you for digging me out of that grave.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
Well, how'd you happen to find me, Victor?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were. So I hauled you off to the dock.
Buster Scruggs and Fallout New Vegas would be epic. It's pretty. You know those men who what attacked me were?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
Oh, thank you. How'd you end up in... Victor, you're a bit of an odd duck. How'd you end up in Good Springs?
I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall.
Well, that's mighty strange for a digital being such as yourself, Victor.
It's a right peaceful town.
Hey,
Dagger. I
reckon
it's as fine a place to settle as any.
Yeah, that seems real nice. You know, Victor, I can't help but mention, I don't think I ever seen a robot like you before.
I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
I will be doing that, Victor. I gotta go take off. You take care of yourself now.
Happy trails!
Ongoing conflict in the Mojave has kicked the weapon manufacturers into high gear. All minor and major weapon dealers in the region are rolling in new weapons, ammunition types, and modifications. It's neat. Oh, yeah. Love the deadification of role-playing the accent. I mean, listen, it's fun. I mean, you're in a western town. This is a western. This is a game about like civilization, society coming around and having big conflicts and whatnot. But you're in a desert. You're a cowboy. Might as well play it up a little bit, right? What's the point of kicking around Arizona if you can't have fun with the accent here and there? Yeah, you can just kind of wander around a little bit, or you can follow the quest marker, which is going to take you over to the saloon over here. So we could just go ahead and wander off and do our own thing immediately, and just like fuck this, fuck. You don't have to deal with any of this. We can just get going, get moseying off into the sunset or whatnot. But let's go ahead and just see what's going on here. Let's check out the tutorial, see what it does.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
Well, Easy Pete, do you know anything about the people that attacked me?
The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know more. Word of advice, though, if you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, I'd say.
Yeah, that seems like... Well, he shot me in the head, so I don't think I was going to be, trusting him farther than I can throw him, but, I appreciate it. Why do they call you Easy Pete, Easy Pete?
Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now, we'll just take it easy and help out with the Brahmin and Bighorners.
Prospector? Like digging for gold and silver?
Nah. Means I poke through old buildings looking for working tech and such. Some folks just call it salvaging, but never liked the term. Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I look for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare parts. Good money in it.
You ever find anything good while prospecting?
Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by raiders. Eventually got too old to keep going out.
Well. You seem to have a bit of a problem, stick up your butt about NCR. What's your problem with them?
Don't get me wrong. The NCR's got a lot of decent folk in it. It's just that they make you part of them whether you like it or not.
I see. They hit you with that settler colonial archetype then.
For long. Not if you've got something the NCR wants. Still, the NCR keeps the Legion away.
Well, tell me about the Legion.
They're slavers, led by a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The NCR didn't or couldn't finish the job, though. The Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round at the dam. My money's still on the NCR winning, but you never know. We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river, so keep a gun handy. You don't want to get caught by them.
Yeah, I got you, Pete. Seeming growing sentience of bots has got to be one of my favorite parts of Fallout. Like, where's the line where they become people? I think that's really fun because you're super right, and I do think that there are a bunch of like bots out there with like what is approaching sentience. But it's really fun, especially in like the more classic games. In like the Bethesda stuff, I mean, it's very clear that they're mostly just people. Just with like cybernetics and like whatever, it's a little bit more ambiguous in the 1, 2, and like New Vegas. Just because like there's so many times where like you find a machine or like a robot that you think has sentience that seems incredibly sentient, only for them to kind of do a rug pull out you, like, nah, you idiot, nah, you moron, that was either being puppeted by somebody or like, was programmed to talk like that or do all this stuff and it's got no real free will of its own. Ah, you rube. Ah, you fell for it. And I think that's neat. I think a lot more people... I think it's fun when like, they play with that line a little bit. Also, something you might have heard Easy Pete here say, leader of Caesar's Legion is a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. One of the best parts of world building in this game is the fact that you can tell whether or not somebody is a part of the Legion or like is associated with the Legion or like has sympathies for the Legion based on how they pronounce Caesar's name. If they pronounce him Caesar, I don't like him very much. Pronounce him Caesar, you're probably dealing with a Legionnaire. It's neat because like Caesar is like actually like the historical pronunciation of it as opposed to like the more modern interpretation of Caesar. What's so important about Hoover Dam, Easy Pete?
The dam powers a lot of New Vegas, and then there's all that clean water lying in Lake Mead,
That's
too.
important.
Anybody who owns the dam owns the territory.
What do you use the big... it seems like a bit of a heavy topic. What do you use the bighorners for?
Meat and hide, mostly. Can't put a pack on them. You just lay down until you take it off.
Yeah, I can't
Can
blame
find
him.
a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills, but gotta be careful around them. They can put up a decent fight if cornered.
You know anything about Victor?
The machine? Harmless, no matter what Trudy says. She thinks it's hiding something, but I think it's just a broken down relic with no place to be.
A little bit of a sympathy there, huh, Easy Pete? Alright, I gotta go. You take it easy, Easy Pete.
Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here, like the schoolhouse. Critters move in there sometimes.
Thank you, I appreciate the warning. Whoa!
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
Sunny Spot. Doc Mitchell said you could teach me how to survive in the desert.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
Thank you.
Howdy.
Hey, what's up? Oh, it's back here. You got a couple reloading benches, workbenches back here. More Sunset Sarsaparilla. Now, they don't have a whole lot of Nuka-Cola out here. They got a little bit, but it's mostly Sunset Sarsaparilla. That's the soft drink of choice out for the American
Now,
Southwest.
See the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them.
It's also very telling of the fastest demands he pronounces rank historically when there's nothing historically accurate about his founding myth. Well, I mean, it plays into the whole like LARP thing that Caesar's got going on, right? Where he's like he's taking from this history, he's saying he's like interpreting it and like you know like channeling it or to like do whatever. When it really is just like him like he's like, wow, ancient Rome was so cool. That would be a cool way to run a society. It probably would work. And then he's just given no like further thought to the matter. Like he's like he's got these ideas about like Hegel in his mind. He's got these ideas about like historical revisionism and like how to found like a legacy or whatever. But he's too short-sighted to see that it's all falling apart in front of his face. It does speak to like fascist ideology in general. Anyways, I'm learning how to shoot. Hey, look, you shoot the bottle.
That's the right idea. Try crouching down and...
Gave me a
Nice shot.
varmint rifle.
Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles.
Oh, you don't know
Tell you
that.
what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along?
Well, hell, why not?
Follow me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
I was thinking I'd need me a new belt. Sonny, you're running awful slow there. Do you not get that tutorial message about how putting your gun away makes you move slower? Or putting your gun away makes you move faster, Sonny? Do you not realize what's going on with that? Still just gonna... Alright, son. Trying to think maybe I should be the one teaching you. I really love like the verticality and some of the look of like the area. Like, I'm a sucker for like an American Southwest aesthetic. I get that like I get that this is an ugly game. Like I really do, and I don't think it does look particularly better than like
Hear that up on the
Fallout
ridge
3
behind
in
me
that
there?
regard.
We got
But I
some
think that
geckos
they
to
do a
clear out.
better. I
Bunch
think
of
they
little
do
monsters is
the
what they
palette
are.
is like
Seems
better
like Doc
adapted.
Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see
All
if we can
right.
get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump.
Well, sure thing. Fortunately, I'm not going to be doing that. Come here, you little bit. Come here, you son of a bitch. Oop, well, that's not good. There we go. Good old father. Alright, give me that. Give me the meat, give me the hides. Alright, hurry up and get the next stage of this so I can hopefully save that later. Spoilers, sorry.
See? You're getting the hang. There's 2 more.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Come.
But really quick.
I'm hit.
Oh, I hope that. Yeah, damn it.
You like that?
Yeah, it's going poorly. Broad machete's probably going to help you out here.
Help! I'm hit. Damn.
There we go. Yeah, we managed to save it. Neat.
Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you done, I'd be a goner for sure. I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
And because we saved her, we got a little bit of a good reputation around town. You've established a reputation with a group of people in the wasteland. Whether that reputation is good or bad, you're finally somebody, and people associated with that group will start to react to what you've done. There are many different factions in the wasteland, and you can develop a distinct reputation with each one. As you perform actions for the benefit of a group, you'll gain fame. If you perform actions that harm a group, you'll gain infamy. Your reputation with any given group is a measure of the combined total of fame and infamy that you've earned. The benefits and drawbacks of any given reputation depends on the group itself. You may receive discounts with merchants, provoke attack from hired thugs, or simply be treated differently. Though you will initially start off with a neutral reputation with any given faction, your fame and infamy will eventually push your reputation in different directions. You can see all your different current reputations in the general section of your Pip-Boy. So this is kind of the replacement for the karma system. Like, you still have karma in New Vegas, but it doesn't really matter. Like, there's really only, like, 1 or 2, like, karma checks in the game, and they mostly have to do with, like, a certain companion. Just as, like, you know, because, like, they do care about whether they, like, travel with a good person or not. Most of everyone else, they just care about if you've been helping them out, you know? They don't really give much of a damn about, like, if you've been treating some other people bad, as long as you're good with them. There's also, like, mixed reputations, which I think is, like, super interesting, because it's, like, it doesn't take away, like, the fact that you started, like, you killed a couple people from that faction, or, like, you know, hey, something went wrong, and you still got caught stealing a couple things, or, you know, you just fucked around a little bit, you did a quest for somebody else, and maybe hurt them a little bit. If you helped them out before, you know, they're not necessarily immediately going to be lynching you for that. Like, sometimes they're like, well, I mean, hey, you done us a good turn, but, like, what the fuck was that, man? And that's their sort of their attitude on the situation. Like, one's not erase the other. It's neat. So you got good reputation. Smiling troublemaker, some good, a little bad. Good natured rascal is good, a little bad. Some good, accepted, liked, and idolized. Sharp-tried devil, more bad than good. Dark hero is more good than bad. Mix is some good, some bad. Unpredictable is good and bad. Wild Child is the most good, the most bad. Bad reputation is a sneering punk, some bad, little good. Mischief Thug is bad, a little good. Shunned is some bad, hated, definitely bad, vilified, most bad. And because we saved this woman, Good Springs likes us. We're accepted here. This woman is... How close to dead is she? Oh, man, we really cut that close. That was a little bit... That was, that could have gone a little bit better.
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending
Funny, a
money
woman
for the
almost
trouble.
died.
One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Ah, she couldn't hurt.
All right, then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower.
Xander root,
Let me think
broth
now.
flour, and some water. I'll be right back. We're playing New Vegas. All right.
I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
Going to cook, dead. All right. Well, let's go ahead and tag that quest here real quick. God, I wish I could do any of these. Campfire on the trail. Once again, I have updated my radio command. For anyone who was not here when I said it earlier, I have updated my radio command so that it is now doing a Fallout New Vegas radio. Oh, ashtray. Oh shit. Yeah, we're fine. So if you want to enjoy like all the radio playing and the songs and whatnot, just hanging out and enjoying the vibe a little bit. As much as I appreciate the incidental soundtrack of New Vegas,
Hey there.
I think it's very neat. Actually, I think it does a lot better than 3 does, even though it kind of uses the same stuff. I think it uses it a little bit more effectively. If you want that experience and don't mind going through a little extra trouble, I think it's very worth it. Definitely check it out. In the meantime, we gotta get some brock flower and xander root. Make some healing powder, just like how we did in Fallout 2. And it turns out there's a couple of varmints around schoolhouse. Got ourselves a giant mantis. Tell you what, though, we got some fucking xander root. Man, while we're here, why don't we check it out? Easy Pete said something about some critters stopping by. Maybe we clear them out a little bit. Yep. Also, something you may be noticing: iron sights. So Fallout 3 didn't have iron sights. It got added in with like the Tale of Two Wastelands as a result of the backporting. All you would do is just do like kind of like a weird zoom in thing. It was just like zoom in slightly. That was it. Wasn't super great. Wasn't a huge fan of that. But it also kind of like made a couple people realize some stuff, like the laser rifle and the laser pistol in Fallout 3. There's no way to aim those. They don't have any kind of sights on them, like at all. Which means that there's no way to like visually orient your shot, which is crazy. That's not how a gun should be designed. So they had to redesign some of the stuff, including adding in a mod for like hard iron sights. It was very funny. Very funny. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead around here, clean up a little bit. Got some magazines lying around, which those are probably going to come in handier later. Once again, they added skill magazines in here, which are like temporary buffs where you can just get like a 20% like a 20-point boost to a certain like skill. Lasts a short amount of time. There's some couple perks that you can use to make them better. They're not super fantastic. They're mostly just sitting around doing what they need to be doing. But in the meantime, we got some bobby pins. Got a terminal here. We can crack this fucking safe. We're going to go ahead and lockpick this, and if this works out, we're also... Well, hey, what do you know? We got some bottle caps, some pre-war money, a couple guns, a baseball bat, some Mentats, Stealth Boy. Stealth Boy is really crazy. And the terminal is broken because we picked the lock. That's interesting. A lot of times you would be able to kind of double dip the XP you would get by like picking a safe and then unlocking the computer that would open the safe anyways. But they decided not to do that this time around, or at least for this specific one. I think you can definitely get it with like a bunch of other stuff. Anyways, we got our Xander root. We got a little bit richer from the situation. We're gonna go ahead and just head on up and get some broth flour. They said, which should be over by the old graveyard. I don't know. I think like the aesthetics of the game, like the actual like mechanic, like the engine itself, like tends to work better with these sort of like naturally like rocky stuff anyways, instead of like more of a barren wasteland. You get some stuff where you can see a little bit of color in the reds and stuff like that in the dirt. You get this scrub all over the place, kind of help break some of that up, hide some of the stuff. You get some like native like plant life, like you got some cacti running around, some scrub trees. It's neat. Oh, also while we're here, the Mojave Express drop box. Mojave Express drop boxes like this one can be used to deliver items to any Mojave Express Express drop box that you've discovered. Once you found a Mojave Express drop box, just activate it, you'll be able to use that location to send and receive items. That's useful for not a whole lot, honestly. It is a neat concept, and you can technically use it to like send some stuff to like, say, home when you know you're going to be walking to an area and be over encumbered. So in that regard, it's pretty neat, but it's mostly just for fun and flavor. Because you're a courier, that's the company you work for. Because there are companies now. You know.
Howdy.
You got civilization. I mean, this is a small town. It's just struggling. It's not really struggling to survive. It's a little sleepy, but it's not like things aren't dire here. You know. People wasteland settling. Far cry from Springfield from Fallout 3. Son of a bitch. Fucking bark scorpions. Bark scorpions are really annoying. Because they're not because like they do any kind of like damage or like they're threats or whatever. But their venom like fucks with your screen. Like it makes you hallucinate a little bit. And like it gives you like weird, shaky, wobbly screens and stuff, and it kind of blinds you a little bit here and there. It's very annoying to deal with. Alright, so we got some bloat flies hanging around. That's no good. Come on. These things are such a pain to deal with when you're not in VATS. There we go. Your poison takes a crazy amount of health. Bark scorpions? I didn't think I didn't think bark scorpions were that bad. I thought it was mostly the hallucinogenic effect. There we go. Now, you could try to dig up a couple of these graves. You're gonna need a shovel for that. I don't think we got a shovel here. I'm taking some of these offerings on this grave. They don't need that. Hey, what do you know? Got a snow globe right here. These rare pre-war artifacts are widely considered to be useless baubles, but rumor has it some collectors will pay dearly for them. Well, neat. I'm sure I'll run into them sooner or later. Get some meat here. Oh, hey, look, it's my grave. This is where you were kneeling at the beginning of the game. Yeah, time to see if we can't get some of those Brock flowers. Hey, cigarettes. That son of a bitch was just sitting here. He sat here and smoked a couple of them. God damn him. Ooh, that fucker. So this says keep out. But, you know, I mean, look at it. It's just a couple rad scorpions, you know. Ignore the fact that I'm quick saving. How bad could this really be? Nah, I'm good. What? What I said? Oh. Well, maybe I repair this. I can get a pretty decent pistol out of it. Okay, hey. Okay, so this game tells you to stay out of somewhere. Listen. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna not do that. This says keep out again. Well, this one doesn't seem as bad. But fuck it. We're still gonna load back up and just head back. I've learned my lesson. I feel like the music changed there for a sec. Alright, well, time to head back to Sunny. Man, I tell you what, it's gonna be back in. It's gonna be back in Mojave. Parkour over these rocks all fucking day. Some tin cans. Nothing actually worth anything. This close to town, it doesn't make sense that they would need to do a whole lot to scavenge. Weird that genuinely kind of weird that that safe is still there, ready to be cracked. But meanwhile, you just go ahead and get a drink. It's fresh, clean water. Sit there and slurp it for a bit. See, the Mojave doesn't have like a big radiation problem. Like, sure, some water's radioactive. Probably shouldn't be bathing in some stagnant ponds or rivers or stuff like that. That'll probably get you a couple rads. But there's plenty of fresh, clean water available. Hey, Sonny.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. All right, now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
Yeah, all right. Well, first I interact with this campfire, and then, oh my god, it's a menu. So, yeah, you got a bunch of crafting stuff here. A lot of crafting is going to be influenced by your survival stat, which is mostly just hey, can you make these good things? Can you make these cool, crafting items or whatever, using some of the stuff you find around the world? Bunch of, bunch of plant life, like a lot of like native plants like lying around, or some some funky stuff that you might find, or like gecko hides, tan those or whatever. That's where you do all this. That's what survival skills for. It's for surviving out in the waste, or you even just make food, right? I got some prickly pear fruit and some bloatfly meat, so I can make a slider. That's a pretty decent healing item. We're gonna go ahead and make 2 of those.
Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head
You
in
gotta
and
do
say
your cooking
hi.
by the book. God, I can't it's just it's such a blur of words to me now that I can't even remember like the actual lyrics of it. It's like you need to do your cooking by your book. Something lazy. Something crazy. Alright, well, then we're gonna go ahead and stop back and say hi to Trudy. Not planning on sticking around for too much longer, but it'd be kind of rude to just scoot without saying goodbye to, like, one of the big town people. Yeah, some buffalo gourd growing out of the road. Neat. Sure, I could use that for something later. Now, it could be fast traveling, but I'm just going to be walking for a little bit, just to, kind of get a feel for the place.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
What do you want?
You seem a little upset there, my man. What's that you said about Ringo?
He's some traitor who decided he'd rather shoot than pay the toll for being in our territory. He's hiding somewhere in town. Would serve these idiots right if me and my guys shot the place up after we got payback on Ringo.
Oh. Where is your territory?
It is now. Me and the rest of the guys busted out of the prison east of here and took over. Now we're calling the shots.
You broke out of prison. What were you in prison for?
None of your damn business. You ought to know better than to ask a man that kind of question.
Oh. Man, I just need to know if I should watch my step around you.
Robbed some people, burned some things, killed a few guys.
What's going on in the rest of the wasteland?
Same old shit that's been going on for years. The NCR and Legion are still fighting over Hoover Dam for some reason.
Do you know anything about Hoover Dam?
Never been there since the NCR's got troops all over it.
That makes sense.
Must be pretty important.
What do you know about the Legion?
I've run with some tough gangs, but I gotta admit, they all got nothing on the Legion. I hear they stick you up on poles and it takes a while to die.
Just like in general, like all the time?
Or nothing, but I'll be staying out of their way.
So you're afraid of them, so you're afraid of them. Gotcha. Talk about the NCR. You're probably not going to have the most complimentary viewpoint.
New California Republic. Nothing new about it. Just a bunch of people with money and power pushing everyone else around. They've got troops all over the Mojave, but it's a big desert, so it's pretty easy to avoid them if you want.
Well, I am not going to help you take over this town full of nice, friendly people who helped me get me back on my feet. I gotta go, Joe Cobb.
Yeah.
Hey.
What happened, Trudy?
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
What a nice place you got here. I must admit, I overheard your argument. What was that all about?
Looks like our little town got itself dragged in the middle of something we don't want anything to do with.
Ain't that just the way?
This traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
I mean, Trudy, I hate to tell you this, but he just told you the truth, and you took him, and you just assumed that he was like freaked out. Like, that feels like it's on you. I that Cobb wasn't able to find Ringo. That's not that big.
Cobb hasn't exactly been looking for Ringo too hard. I think he's afraid that Ringo will ambush him, which is probably true.
Makes sense. Where's Ringo now?
He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill.
That's very trusting that you would just tell me that. Listen, Trudy, I ain't normally one to advocate for violence, but this seems like it's going to go one ways. Why don't you just kill Cobb and be done with it?
You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants.
Fair enough. What you gonna do?
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
That's a little heartless, but I understand the viewpoint. Powder gangers?
Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines.
Slave labor.
It turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
And this is just kind of like the endemic, like this entire situation is kind of endemic of the NCR. They get an idea in their head, like, oh, why don't we use this, like the prisoners to start building railroads out to NCR, save on some labor costs or whatever, from the Mojave to NCR, started saving on some labor costs. And then they give them a bunch of dynamite, an understaffed guard post, and they're like, and then when that goes tits up, they're like, well, fuck it. You're just reaching too much, and it's fucking them over. Never mind. I want to talk about something else.
All right.
Who's that man you were arguing with?
He's a convict, just without the chains. Said his name was Cobb. Powder gangers is what they call themselves. Plenty more like him out there.
Well, Trudy, I'm trying to track down the people who attacked me. You know anything about them?
Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though.
Well, good for you,
Of course,
Trudy.
one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor, by accident, and it hasn't been working since.
Don't care about your radio. They happen to say where they were going?
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back.
Up near Vegas way. Why is that?
That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know.
All right, not going north. Got it. So where they head?
I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
Well, you want me to take a look at that broken radio of yours?
Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside.
Yeah,
There'd be
ain't no
caps in
thing.
it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
Well, I'd be right happy to do that. Y'all done a lot for me here in Good Springs. You know about the robot that rescued me?
I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to itself, which is just fine by me.
What do we actually do around here?
Other than rolling around once in a while, it doesn't do anything useful as far as I can tell. I don't know why it took an interest in you, but I'd be careful. It's never helped anyone before.
Odd. I'm getting a little bit of a hostile vibe from you here, Trudy.
It acts friendly enough, but I don't trust that whole cheerful cowboy act. I find it all very creepy.
Just got my ballot in the mail. Remember to vote, all you Americans. Yep, it's about that time of year. It's about that time of year every 4 years. You go downtown, you pull the lever that keeps, your government mostly running, and then you just go back to political activism. Remember, voting is a mechanism, not a solution. How long has he been in Good? How long would you say Victor's been in Good Springs?
It was here when I took over the saloon 7 years ago. Some people have said its owner lived here, but no one knows who it was.
Well, never mind him. Let's talk about something else.
Fine by me.
Yeah, that is. Good Springs get many visitors?
Mostly traders looking to buy bighorn or meat and hides. The traders are the main reason the general store manages to stay in business. Most travelers heading south on the I-15 just push on towards Primm, unless they're in desperate need of supplies.
Now, Trudy, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you have a gentleman at the bar who has been glaring a hole in the side of my face glancing back here for the last 15 minutes, and I tell you what, I don't much appreciate it. I know you can see me, you son of a bitch. Look away. Do you not vote on other years, Lamau? No, I do. I meant to say every 2 years, but fucking, it's a presidential election every 4 years, so that's kind of what I went with. I do vote every 2 years. I vote on all my Senate and my House stuff. I should be probably a little bit more involved in local politics, but so much. Anyways. Anything interesting going on in the rest of the wasteland? What's new in the Mojave?
There's always something interesting going on. But the biggest news has to be the come and dust up between the NCR and the Legion over the dam.
Referendums are big for my state. Yeah, I know Ohio had a couple big ones the last couple of years that I ended up chiming in on, but like I said, it's one of those things where I should be paying more attention to it. But it with the national and like state level stuff takes up so much of your time. It's harder to make time for like the local stuff, even though that's like the stuff that's probably going to be most affecting to you. It's just a symptom of like the way our political system is set up. It's hard to stay active in all levels. Anyways, tell me about the NCR, Trudy.
The new California Republic's got the most power in Nevada. Money, troops, you name it. They do what they can to keep things safe in the region. But if you ask me, they're trying to do too much. They're spread too thin.
And when they spread thin enough that they just ain't there, then you get stuff with powder gangers popping up. I see. Well, why do you think the NCR and Legion both want the dam?
I'm pretty sure the NCR wants to hold on to the dam because it's one of the few places around that can make electricity.
That makes
sense.
The
Legion are a bunch of savages, though. No idea why they'd want the dam. Probably plan on destroying it or something.
Trudy, I give them just like a little bit more credit than that. Not much, a little. And what can you tell me about the Legion?
Slavers, killers, and all other kinds of trouble. They dress up like Roman soldiers, so there's no mistaking it when you see them. The rumor is that the Legion is far larger than the NCR lets on, and that it's been due to luck that the Legion hasn't overrun the territory.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, Trudy, I've been thinking, what would happen if I help Ringo, I think? What do you think would happen if I ended up helping out Ringo?
If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Good Springs. I'd even set you up with a discount. Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad, and they've got a lot of friends out there.
Yeah, I tell you what, I ain't never been afraid to make a couple enemies. So I help Ringo and Good Springs like me more. What if I help the powder gangers? Frankly, I don't even know why I'm asking you this. This seems like a very silly question to be asking you.
Don't know why you'd want to do a thing like that. Yep, you'd get on their good side, but people around here wouldn't appreciate it one bit.
Yeah, I figured that'd be how it shakes out. Well, what do you got for sale, Trudy?
Got a special discount for you, after what you've done for us.
Oh, well, thank you, Trudy. Yeah, Trudy, I have to admit that I don't want a single goddamn thing you're selling me. Can I hawk some of my bullshit off on you, though? I'm not gonna sell any of the DLC items just because like it would imbalance the power balance. I'm mostly just gonna like stash it somewhere because I've got a collection problem. I gotta have everything. I gotta. If I can get it in the game, I want to have it in a box in my house. Yeah, I don't need those super stim packs, and I think I got those from Doc Mitchell's place, so I'm actually fine with tossing those. Stealth 100 I might be needing later, but Steady I'm going to go ahead and sell because I don't really do drugs. Mentats I'm going to keep just in case, because I think those are like the most useful. I'll use those to pass the stat check if I need to. Let's see. Yeah, 1 dirty water. Well, thank you for all your cash,
Pleasure doing
Trudy.
business with you.
Pleasure.
Be careful out there.
I'm going to fuck off now. And I'm going to go ahead and put my barter up to 25 to pass the skill check that I'm going to need to do here in a little bit. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother. Close is 25. That's perfect. Let's see. Hell, I almost got 50. I almost got 55 or 50 science already. That's crazy. Bring it up one, and then I'll put the other 2 in guns. All right, so perks. Once again, these are going to be pretty similar to Fallout to Fallout 3, the version that like we played. But there's been some changes. Stuff like Daddy's Boy coming back. So Daddy's Boy is a Fallout 3 only perk. In the original version of the game, it gave you 5 science and medicine, and it kind of sucked. I mean, it's like fucking 10 skill points for a perk. That's nuts. Why would you ever, like, that's terrible. That's a terrible option. Why would you pick that? Now, because the people who made Tale of Two Wastelands realized that like things are that, you know, perks should be good and not bad, they decided to change it around a bit. It's still not great. It's still not a good perk, I don't think, but it is better because it gives you unique things. Which each rank hacking gets easier. I'm assuming it just uses like a slightly easier word pattern, or they remove a couple of the duds or something like that. I'm assuming they just kind of ratchet the skill points down a little bit, or it gives you like the equivalent of a couple skill points worth. And you can use chems 10% more effectively, meaning like, hey, it's gonna get a little bit more healing. It's gonna be a little bit more damage, or a little bit more damage reduction on medics, or something like that. It's neat. It's better. It's much better if you're using like going through like a Lulu's Run playthrough. There's some utility. There's use cases for it now. It's neat. The other 2 things about Fallout New Vegas. So Fallout New Vegas like was a game in 2010 that lets you be gay or bisexual purely on like a gameplay like with like a perk combinations. Essentially, like, you start the game asexual, more or less. And if you want, you can keep doing that. But you've got 2 perks, 2 for men and 2 for women, that will basically give you, like, maybe not like romance, but like flirty dialogue options to kind of get you through a certain thing with like men or women, depending. And you're also going to do 5% more damage to them. You know, or 10%, excuse me. And just to give you like more of a gameplay incentive for the perk. It's really neat. So you could be based on the perks you could get, you could be ace, you could be gay, you could be straight, or you could be bisexual. And for 2010, that's crazy. That's crazy for 2010. Especially in something as big as like a Fallout game. And I think that's neat. So you got Lady Killer and Confirmed Bachelor. And you've also got a couple other things here. You got Rapid Reload, which is, you know, I mean, that's standard. It's good. Retention gives you 3 times as long skill bonuses from like the magazine stuff. That's not super useful in my opinion. Swift Learner is useless. It gives you 10% total XP. It's bad. It's just bad. Not good. You already have so much XP in the game floating around that like you're not going to have any problems with it. So fuck it. Don't bother. You also have a couple other things here, but like I can't mess with those yet. Because I just don't have the stats for them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be gay, because there are more men that you fight in this game than women. I will probably also upgrade. I will probably upgrade to bisexual. That's a fucking phrase. Here later, but for right now, we're doing this. Also, something you might note: one perk every 2 levels. That's how they did it in Fallout 1 and 2. That's how they do it in this game. Fallout 3 does 1 per level, which gives you a little too many. I think that there was like I don't know necessarily how I feel about that. I like perks. I wish I had them more often. I think that like only having 15 is like a little low for a game this size with like a perk roster like that's like this stacked. I agree that like 1 per level is like way too many, honestly. And like 25 is fine. Like once you get to the end game of New Vegas, I think that's perfectly fine. I think like 15 for the base game is like a little bit low. I would have liked maybe like 1 every like they staggered it a bit, like every 3 or 4 levels you get like 1 more or something like that. But that's like hard to divide, and like I mean it just adds a bunch of shit. So I get why they did it. Anyways, gay time. I'm gay. Trudy, the conversation we just had made me realize that I want men. Anyways, I'm fixing your radio. Now I'm turning it off. I don't want to get copyright stricken.
Feeling thirsty? I can take care of that.
No, you can't. Fix your radio.
Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. Here's some caps for the work.
Well, thank you. Wait a sec. Are you implying that I've done shoddy work? What the fuck are you paying me, woman?
Not at all. I'm never sure how much is normally charged for this sort of thing. Here's some additional caps. That should be enough.
Yeah,
now,
that's right.
How about spending some of those caps in the saloon?
No, I already... Where did you have these? I took every cap that you had. She was holding out on me. She was goddamn holding out on me. Trudy, I can't believe you've done this. Oh. No door. So I'm playing this game how most people play it, which is kleptomaniac good. Which is to say, like, I'm a good person and I make good decisions, but like, hey, I'll steal the fucking I'll steal the fucking fixings off the wall. All right, let's see. Wearing, well, it might be ING. Definitely not leaving. Serving, no. Nope. Deny, no. Bitch. No. Healing, no. Hanging, potentially. Okay, so it's not ING. Well, that's the case. That narrows it down even more. Passion? No. He cried. No. Despite. No. Respect, despair heavily. Nope. Now we're resetting it. Testing. Melting. Oh, passing. No. Wanting, no. Pudding, no. Attention, maybe. Hey, there we go. Festers. Disengage the lock. Oh, I guess there's a safe here. Yep. Trudy, thank you once again for all your shit. Don't ask why I'm taking all the whiskey. I will reveal the reason will reveal itself later. Well, I hope you didn't mind me poking around back there. I got myself a little plumb turned around. And I know I didn't have much to drink, but I'm just gonna. Oh, hey, Sonny, what's up?
Hi there. Sticking around good.
What's short on caps? Do you think any work's available?
Not in Good Springs, no.
Damn.
But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse.
Already done
Most
it.
of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
Already got it. Actually, I already cracked that safe.
Oh. Well, go ahead and keep the stuff I gave you anyway. It'll be more useful to you than me.
Well, that's a contrivance, Sonny, but I appreciate it. What do you do around here?
I hunt geckos mostly. The meat's pretty good, and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rad scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Good Springs, so wildlife is always creeping in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Tell me about the areas around Good Springs.
Sure. What do you want to know?
What other towns are nearby?
Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there.
Yeah, seems pretty
If you
distinctive.
follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately. I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot.
Yeah, sounds like a problem. NCR.
The New California Republic. Bunch of settlers and soldiers coming in from the west, fixing on making Nevada their own. They can be right pushy, but the roads are safer because of them, so I tend to let it go. Not that I got a choice.
Yeah, makes sense. What does the NCR keep you safe from?
Well, the wildlife for one thing, rowdy locals for another. They're protecting their own. Just happens to help us.
Fair
They've been
enough.
holding off this other group from the east, too.
What do you know about the other group?
Got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen them in these parts, so I couldn't tell you much. I hear rumors, that's about it. Supposedly they keep slaves and they got some real nasty ways of killing folks. But maybe that's just something folks in the NCR cooked up to make themselves seem more useful here. Less uninvited.
That makes sense. What kind of creatures out there?
Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos.
I'm gonna grab some
Coyotes
real
are
quick
pretty
while
dangerous in
she's
large packs,
talking.
but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Good Springs. The critters up there are big and poisonous.
Playing music, but Sorry about that. Been a bit of a longer day, so I went to go fix myself up a little bit of a pick-me-up. And made a sandwich to eat with it so I don't start getting caffeine shakes or whatever.
If you want to know anything else, just ask.
Need to get to Prim. You suggest a route? Don't mind me. I'm stuffing my face full of gecko meat.
Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Prim is the town with the roller coaster straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, but I gotta go.
Until next time.
Well, alright. Let's go see about Ringo. But first, let's go ahead and stop in and see what they got around the general store.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Well, Chet, you piqued my interest. What makes the surplus ammo inferior?
It's all about quantity over quality. Trouble is, you'll be cleaning and fixing your gun a lot more than usual when you use those kind of bullets.
Tell me about that special ammo you got then, and the weapon mods.
Weapon mods are things like silencers, scopes, bigger magazines. Special ammo includes things like armor-piercing bullets, which don't hurt the target as much, but let you punch through armor easier. There's also hollow-point bullets, which have the opposite effect. You can kill unarmored targets easier, but they don't do shit against armor.
Yeah, seems fair enough. Seems pretty simple. Chet, I'm aware that there seems to be a little bit of a tension in town. What do you know about this situation with the powder gangers?
If Ringo doesn't head out on his own, I think we should hand him over. The town shouldn't get itself mixed into the problem. Don't mistake that for coward talk, though. We're a town of survivors. We'll fight tooth and nail if pushed, but we don't go looking for trouble.
Well, that sounds like you're a bit of a bitch coward, Chet. Well, now that I know what kind of man you are, you happen to know anything about the people who attacked me?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
That makes sense. Chet, you ever even been to New Vegas?
Twice. Both times I drank a lot of liquor and lost most of my caps at the card tables. In that order, now that I think about it. If you ever get to New Vegas, be sure to visit Gomorrah. It's the best casino in the city. You won't regret it.
Yeah, that would be where you want to go,
Word of
Chet,
advice,
huh?
Behave. Between the NCR military police and Mr. House's robots, you don't want to be causing trouble on the strip.
I'd like to know more about Mr. House. What you know about him? He runs Vegas?
I'm afraid I don't know much myself. Mr. House has got his own casino, Lucky 38, but nobody goes in or out except his robots. The other casinos follow Mr. House's rules, so I guess that makes him the leader of New Vegas. As far as I know, nobody's ever laid eyes on the guy. I think that robot who pulled you out of the dirt belongs to Mr. House. If Mr. House is looking after you, it's got to be a good thing, right?
Yeah. Well, what else can you tell about the Great Khans?
They're tough sons of bitches. Mean, but not crazy. They'll leave you alone unless you got something they want. The Great Khans deal in illegal chems. There's a good chance that most chems you come across were made by Great Khans.
Oh, more you know. Well, Chet, I figured we yacked for too long. What do you got for sale?
Can do.
He's got a laser pistol for GRA standard laser pistol and GRA standard blast pistol. But I'm not super interested in either of those right now. Yeah, I should be fine to repair that later. Don't really need another. 722 would be interesting, but I don't know if I much need that. That's an investment for later. Take that. He's got some leather armor and a pre-war hat. Don't really. That thing's busted to shit. I don't need that. I don't need that for anything. Some medics, some maze. Not much I need there. Ammo box, cartons, a bunch of 357 cases. I'm gonna take those actually. Plasma pistol magazine accelerator and some recyclers. Don't need those. Those are both GRA mods though. So the thing about GRA weapons and GRA mods is that only GRA mods work with GRA weapons. They don't slot into like the basic version, which is a little frustrating. But I mean, once you get used to it, it's fine. 2 large primer boxes for pistols. I'll take that. Could use those later. Let's see. Ammo. Got some 30-aught buckshot. 20 gauge slug. 556. I could use that, but it's a little rich for my blood right now. I'll just take some 9mm. Use it with a pistol. And let's take some 22 light LR rounds. Just to hold over what I got on me right now. In the meantime, what can I get rid of? Well, baseball bat's something I can toss, but that's worth a decent bit. Knife I picked up from old man Mitchell's house. That single shotgun I stole from Trudy. Actually, I might want to keep that. You never know when you're gonna need that. Armor, nothing I want to or can sell. My anti-venom I stole. Had to step away, but I'm back with some dinner. Hey, funny thing about that, I did too. Let's see, bloat fly meat. Don't really need much of that. A blood pack. Didn't really need to sell. Take that. I'm not really gonna use the doctor bag too much. I'm not hardcore, so it's like less important for me. So I'll keep 2 of them just around. I don't really need the healing powder. Medics. That's fine. Radix. Stealth Boy. I could toss that. I don't. Actually. No, I want to keep a Stealth Boy. You never know when you're going to need one of those. Sunset Sarsaparilla, I'm going to be chugging those later for reasons. Super Stim Pack, I'll sell both of those. Yeah, I'll keep the whiskey. Is there anything else that I got I can toss? Some extra syringes. Actually, wait, I need those as component for something later. Those sell the hides and the eggs, the geckos, the mantis forelegs, a couple of mantis eggs. Actually, I want to keep the mantis eggs. Sell the pre-war money. Everything else I think I'm good on. Here you go, Chet.
Another satisfied customer.
Yep, you take care. Goddamn fucking wuss is what he is. First dude to shove a gun in your face, you're gonna start blowing it, Chet.
That's close
geez.
enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
Well, Ringo, I don't know if you ever heard about this, but anyone ever tell you that you sound a lot like some feller named Spider-Man? Not an enemy if that's what you're asking.
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play?
Ringo, for the sake of our continuing relationship, I'm going to pretend you didn't say that to me. I'm going to pretend that you ain't never said the words Caravan to my face. Now moving on. You know there's a man named Joe Cobb looking for you?
Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight.
Well, why are the powder gangers out to get you?
My caravan was on the return trip from California and heading back to the company branch in New Vegas when we got jumped. Not even a drop your weapons and hands up before the bullets started flying. We put up a good fight, but there was too many of them. I took a few of the bandits down before I ran, so I figure their friends are out for revenge.
What do you do around here?
Oh, sorry. I thought everybody knew already. I'm a trader with the Crimson Caravan Company. I'm, staying in town for a bit.
I see.
Did you want something else?
Tell me anything about Goodsprings?
I've never stopped here until recently. You're better off asking one of the locals.
Yeah, fair enough. Tell me about the Crimson Caravan Company.
It's been in business for a very long time, and it's probably the biggest trading outfit in California. There's a branch up in New Vegas, but it hasn't been doing so well. Word is that the big boss herself, Alice McLafferty, is coming in to fix things.
Oh, isn't that something? I suppose there ain't no glass ceilings when there's no more glass. What do you do around here?
Like I said, I'm not from Goodsprings. I'm a trader with the Crimson...
Oh, yeah, I was sorry about that. I just saw it was all lit up and my brain turned off there for a second. Don't ask what I meant by that. What are you going to do about them powder gangers, Ringo? You seem like you're up shit creek without a paddle.
I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
Well, I tell you what, against my better judgment, maybe I can help.
We'd just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board...
Well, I'll ask around, see who I can round up.
Start with Sunny Smile.
Let me see, is there anything in here that I can grab that you don't mind me taking? I'll just go ahead and take that there doctor bag. Real kind to you, Ringo. Some of the horse shit you got around here. Take some of them stim packs. Bottle of whiskey. I could use that later. Not for drinking, but you know, maybe a little bit drinking. Well, damn, Ringo. Seems like the only thing you don't want me taking is this goddamn ammo over here. I mean, I took it anyways, but you know. Hey, what's going on, Ringo? She's gonna. Yeah, all right, you keep doing you, buddy. And well, thanks for all your shit, Ringo. I'm gonna go round up some help now. What do I have? Varmint rifle. I'll go ahead and swap that out now. I don't really want to be shooting 556 for something like that. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's probably a waste of repair. Whatever. Sonny, we gotta go have a ghost town gunfight. Sonny, come here. Come on, Sonny.
Hi there. Sticking around good...
Well, I was planning on helping Ringo take on them there powder gangers. I mean, I figure I reckon I might need your help.
Say no more. I'm in.
Well, blow me down just like that? That was easy.
Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo. But I know his type. He and his friends will come after the town eventually. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide to help out as well. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to them as well. Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us.
Goddamn, Sonny, sounds like you got this all figured out.
That'd be great.
Good God, Sonny, sounds like you've been thinking about this one for a while. Any ideas on how to convince Trudy to join us?
A silver tongue would help. Convincing Trudy that we had a good plan to win the fight would also help.
Would Chet be willing to give us the supplies?
I don't think give is in Chet's vocabulary. Even with the town at stake, he'd still make you barter with him.
Yeah, I tell you what, he did seem like a bit of a rat fuck to me. How do I get Easy Pete's dynamite? So easy going, it can't be that difficult.
Easy Pete's pretty protective of his dynamite.
Well, shit.
You'd have to convince him you know a thing or two about explosives before you handed it over.
Yeah, alright, I think I could probably do most of those.
I'll be waiting.
Thank you. I'll come back once I've done everyone's job for him. Rough out here. Well, I don't need to be taking that. Hey, Trudy!
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. It's a big risk, but I suppose you have to do what you think is right.
Well, you know what, Trudy? Funny you should mention that. You know, I was thinking that it just seemed a little bit boring around here. You were, you know, getting up to nothing without that radio, and you were just bored to tears. I figured we'd bring some excitement into your life. You should help me take down the Powder Gang. Bullets, explosions. It sounds like a lot of fun.
I was planning on sitting this one out, but for some reason, I can't help but like you. I'm with you.
Well, it's my rambling nature and my folks a charm.
And I'll see if I can't round up some more members for this militia you're creating. While everyone does own a gun, we could stand to be a little better equipped. The general store probably has what we need in stock.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Hey, Easy Pete.
Howdy.
What do you know about Joe Cobb, Easy Pete?
Bad trouble.
Well, that's helpful.
Welcome.
I hear you got dynamite. Probably help us beat them powder gangers.
Too dangerous. Gonna kill all yourselves if I let you touch it. Better to leave it buried. Safer that way.
Well, Easy Pete, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but I'm familiar with the care and handling of explosives, dynamite included.
Uh-huh. Guess you know what you're doing. I'll go dig it up and get it ready. You'll have it by the time the fighting starts.
Did you just say you were going to hand it over to everyone, not just the guy who's trained and handled explosives? Easy Pete, you want these people to die? I gotta go now, Easy Pete.
Yep.
But yeah, so this tutorial, this is like the kind of extended tutorial. Like I said, you can fuck off and just ignore all of this if you want, especially if you've done this before and you're like, I don't feel like going through this. But this is like a really, like, just like a really cool thing where it like introduces a ton of the systems, introduces you to kind of like the barter mechanic, puts you in the range of a couple shopkeepers, shows you how to mess around with the crafting stuff. Makes you go around and do all these things. You have this fun, like, little, like, gunfight western story going along with it, which is also really neat. Feels very thematic. It's fun to do. And it also shows you that, hey, in dialogue, you need more than just speech. You can use other stuff can and will be used for, like, dialogue checks.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Well, Chet, you rat fuck, I need supplies to help to fight the powder gangers.
Now just hold on. I never voted to take on the powder gangers. That's a 1,000 cap investment you're talking about.
Are you gonna seriously try to squeeze my fucking balls for this, Chet? Let them take over the town, then. I'm sure your business is gonna real fucking well.
You made your point. I can provide.
You goddamn right I did, you piece of shit.
Ammo. Sure hope it's worth it. And,
fuck off.
The store while all this is going on. I have to put my business first. You understand.
Yeah, try not to get pissed down your leg, you yellow
now.
son of a bitch. I am very, very awkward that I said that and then just immediately started to crawl my way out of your goddamn store. Ignore the fact that I'm chugging like 20 fucking sarsaparillas right in front of you after I said that. I'm not a freak. You're the freak. Oh, I do got that there leather armor though. Good luck. Hey, Doc Mitchell. Listen, I know I took everything you love, own, and cherish in this world, but we're about to do some big shootout.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot that I could. I should probably ask you about yourself. We're gonna do some small talk before we hit the business. Tell me about yourself, Doc.
Well, I already told you I came from a vault. After that, I was a traveling doctor for a spell. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Most folks out here ain't educated, so people with medical know-how are hard to come by.
That makes sense.
I found that I could help a lot of people with what I knew, and that was all right with me. Eventually, I went back and married my childhood sweetheart, and that was the end of my traveling days. Didn't miss it none then. Still don't.
Now, what town is this, Doc?
This here's Good Springs, named after the water we got here, just down the road to the southeast. Good Springs Source, they call it. It's a quiet town, and that's how we like it. We don't go looking for trouble, though occasionally it sees fit to come looking for us.
Fair enough. Speaking of that, who was it that rescued me, Doc?
That'd be Victor.
Well, yeah, I figured.
He's sort of odd, and I don't just mean because he's a robot. I couldn't tell you much about him. He's real friendly, don't get me wrong. You just get the sense that that ain't the whole picture. Just a feeling. He keeps to himself, mostly. You want to know more about him?
I tell you what, man tries to be private in this day and age, and everyone's convinced that he's some sort of fucking criminal or some shit. You know anything about the man that shot me?
I didn't see him or the men with him. You might ask around town. Your
Yeah,
best
well.
bet would probably be Trudy,
Hey, I
the
did ask
bartender
her.
at the saloon up the road. If anyone saw anything, she'd know about it.
You said you had something taken from you, Doc. I can't help but remember.
Well, ain't we all, right? That was a long time ago. I don't pay it much mind anymore.
Yeah, what else can you tell me about Good Springs, Doc?
Well, there's a general store just up the road, run by a fella named Chet. He don't got nothing fancy, but
Yeah,
he's
you
got
really
your
spit that
basics
out there, huh?
If you're looking to wet your whistle, just past Chet's is the Prospector Saloon. The bartender there, Trudy, knows everyone in town. Other than that, there's not much to see. Just people trying to scratch out a living.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, well, Doc, I hate to interrupt all this delightful small talk we're having. The town is going to be attacked by bandits. Anything you can do to help?
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the same. Folks just never leave each other alone. Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg. And my supplies are scarce, but I'll...
Yeah,
give you
I
what
wonder
can
whose fault that
spare.
is. It's crazy. Well, thank you, Doc.
You take care now.
Yep. Thank you again for patching me up. Alright, now we just head back. I think we got no, we gotta talk to Ringo now. For some reason we go back to talk to Ringo instead of Sonny, even though Sonny's the one who told us to go do all this shit. I don't know why I'm still talking to boys. That's just force of habit. That whole bit wasn't even supposed to be in character. It is kind of bizarre that they send you back to talk to Ringo instead of Sonny.
So what's going on?
Sonny's with us.
Well, I guess that means we're ready to go.
Fuck it, let's do this.
Time to look alive.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
powder gangers are here to play.
Sonny, for the love of shit. How many are there?
At least 6. Joe Cobb included. They look
That
pretty mean.
ain't too bad. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, Easy Pete came through with the dynamite. Here's your supply. I really hope I don't blow myself up. I'll be set up near the store. Let's hope that the gang doesn't manage to make it that far.
I tell you what, I'm real leery about this decision I made about that vis-a-vis that dynamite. I'm starting to think maybe that was a little bit more of a mistake than I was aware that it could be. Alright. Well, so like it. I mean, if you got it. Oh, I think I might have accidentally pissed off some of them big corners. Well, there you go. Look at his little red socks. I've been shunned by the powder gangers. I've been vilified by the powder gangers. Goddamn.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things.
Didn't I hear you say something earlier about not being able to pay me now? Ah, fuck it. You're welcome, Ringo.
I'll stick around for a bit longer, but I'll be gone in a few days. If you ever visit New Vegas, look me up at the Crimson Caravan camp.
Hello?
Thanks again for all your help.
I gotta go. I'm not touching that caravan shit. That's immoral and I don't play with it. In the meantime, let's go ahead and loot all these goddamn dead bodies. That's some immoral shit that I'm down with. Ooh, revolver. Damn, Joe Cobb, you got some shit on you. Get some of this repaired down. Down some of these goddamn shotguns. Get the bits together. Take this old varmint rifle. Tell you what, we almost got ourselves a little bit of an arsenal here. Yeah, go around and talk, say hello goodbye to all them folks, and then I'm gonna roll out of town.
Hey,
We did what we got.
that ought to keep things settled for a while. Hope it stays that way.
Yeah, you
Keep
take
your
care of
gun
your
handy if you go.
That'll teach the powder gangs to avoid Good Springs in the future.
That Doc Mitchell sure knows his
You
stuff,
know what?
doesn't
I'm glad none of you fuckers giving that leather armor back to Chet. He is some sort of fucking individual. Yeah, well, can't seem to find. Hey, there you are, Trudy.
I'm glad that business is over. I like it when Good Springs is nice and quiet.
That sounds good. All right, I'm gonna stop in at Chet's real quick, see if I can't pick up anything else from the lanky son of a bitch.
That was a hell of a fight. Let's hope it doesn't bite us in the ass later on.
Oh, fucking whose ass? Lord knows you'd fucking pucker up the second somebody came in and said some bad words about your mom or some shit.
Damn.
Anyways, let me get at what you got. So that baseball bat. I don't really need any of this dynamite. So one of these shotguns. I keep that part rifle. That's fine. I don't need to worry about that. Oh, a pack of cigarettes. And what would I like to buy? You got weapon-wise. Nothing much that I need. Now let's see what else you got. Can't be too. Some 20 gauge round. Get some 30-aught buckshot in there. I got a revolver now. I could use some of this this Magnum ammo. Otherwise, that seems to be about it.
Thanks.
All right. See you, Chet. Wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. I tell you what, we done a good thing here. Well, I do believe that man had a Stetson. It's an alright hat, but I feel like I could be upgrading. There we go. That's a proper fucking hat. Well, time to get on out of town. Let's see what quest we got here. They went that way. Well, it seems like the only real lead we've got at this point is head down to Prim and see what they got for us. Yeah, and in the meantime, I guess we'll poke around and see what's going on. Though it looks like there's some sort of like area up here that I might be able to get myself into. Hello. Ah, coyotes. You goddamn varmints. How I did that with a 9mm bullet, I'm not sure, but goddamn. Oh, well, now I feel bad about this. Not bad enough to, like, not do it, but, like, I still feel bad. I tell you what, with low strength, if you pick up, like, if, say, you had a strength of 1, I'm done. Fast travel, wow. Well, Good Springs Cave, let me see what's in here. That's vaguely ominous. God, what the fuck was I saying? I swear to God I was saying something. I just completely, like, outside my train of thought. Ah well, fuck it. I really love that, like, your starter pistol in this game is just like a flat fucking 9mm. It does look a little bit fancier, like with its like white slides and stuff like that, and, like the black like coated metal. God damn! At this point, I'm doing you guys a favor. Look at all these fucking bloodborne diseases over here. I still feel bad about that. Oh, come on. I mean, I feel a little bit less bad with all these, like, fucking corpses around here, but, like, still, Jesus. Ah, Dead Bright Follower. Hey, a laser RCW. And a Bright Brotherhood row. Yeah. Frag grenade, laser pistol. Hey, combat knife. That's not bad. And a bunch of shit. Neat. Not bad for just some random cave. And I don't have any mods for this. And I don't want to repair just yet. Can't really repair this, but... Alright, that's fine. Well, let's head down to Prim, see what we can't get ourselves into. Nope. But looks like there's another location marker just up here. Hey, we still can't see what we can't get ourselves into. Couldn't be too bad. And just another coyote. Now, what do we have here? Devil's Gullet. There we go. And another level. What do you know? Yeah, see, even with, like, -10, like, you're still getting levels, like, crazy. I'll just bump this up to 50. Just get that nice and taken care of. We're going to bump some guns up that to 45. Medicine, I'll put up to 30. See if there's anything else that I can easily bump up. Something a little... And we'll bump repair to 30. What in the fuck do we have down here? There's some ammo. And a Sunset Sarsaparilla Star bottle cap. Well, don't mind if I do. I wonder what the hell that's could be. I'm sure we'll figure out what's going on with that later. And is there any attached cave here? No. Just this pit. Gotcha. Ah, haha. Energy cells. Anything back here? Nope. Ah, well. Alright, back up we go. And let's not go too further this way. I still remember all their warnings. On plus side, road's right over here. We're here too far without the location marker. But I'm worried about it. Yeah, we'll see what's up here. Quick save just in case we run into something real nasty. Oh, yep, there's that Death Club warning sign. Don't much care for that. Yangtze Memorial. Warning, Deathclaw ahead. Gotcha, Chief. We'll avoid that. Moving forward. Any kind of dedication? No plaques? Well, you were put up in a memorial to a imperialist war of ideology, so go piss up a flagpole. Follow that rock, but what do you know? Burial mound, I need a shovel to dig here. I probably could have picked up one from Chad. God damn it. Well, I'm not going forward past that. I'm not fucking with no death claws. Hell, I know better than that. Well, hello. Oh, don't mind if I do. Actually, do mind if I do. Wait, I just wanted to drink. I wanted to drink that at least. Here we go. Delicious. Ah, you son of a bitch! Fuck you. Oh, that guy had a modded 9mm. I'm taking that. You stupid son of a bitch. You got some money on him too. Ah, God, he was fully fucking loaded. Bigger extended mags and a scope? God damn. Oh, this must have been where Ringo got shot. This must have been Ringo's fucking caravan. Yeah, it looks like I could continue going south a little. Oh, son of a bitch! God damn you! I'm gonna drop that. That's not worth keeping around. I want to take up one of their uniforms. Never know when you're gonna need to do a little bit of infiltration. Let's see, what do we got that way? I'll drink a couple dirty waters and have myself a gecko steak. Delicious. Hitchhikers may be escaped prisoners. Fantastic. Oh, here's the railroad they were working on. I'm gonna save, just make sure I'm not walking up into something nasty. Pack ramen. I got a real bad feeling about this. Yeah, that's right. 9mm pistol from that distance. Fuck you. I love you, Vats. I love you as a target rangefinder. I guess I just didn't realize where the shot came from, huh? Yeah, it seems mighty close to Quarry Junction. I got a bad feeling about this. Great razor. Yeah, I don't know about this one, buddy. Oh no, we're like, okay, we're still far south of Sloan. That's fine. We're gonna keep going, actually. I thought I missed, or I overshot it or something. Tell you what, all things considered, I mean, they may be a pack of murderous thugs, but they were doing a pretty good job on this railroad. That thing looks pretty slick. Hey, look, you can see Vegas. It's all lit up, even at night.
Hold up. There are death claws all over the damn place north of here. I'd turn back if I were you.
Well,
if you want to get to
goddamn.
New Vegas, you're better off heading east from Prim and then looping north. It's a heck of a lot safer.
Where'd the death claws come from?
They moved into the quarry after the powder gangers came through and made off with most of our dynamite.
Oh,
we
hell.
shut the quarry down while we waited for the NCR to get us some more blasting sticks. But now the death claws have shown up. The NCR's a no-show. And my men and I have got nothing to do but sit on our asses all day. It's damn frustrating.
Well, Chomps, Lewis, I goddamn believe that. Tell me about the powder gangers.
They're a bunch of escaped cons from down south. The NCR was using them to maintain the railways as part of their sentence. I don't know who screwed up, but the powder gangers are loose. It was one group that attacked us and took our entire supply of dynamite.
Well, goddamn. You had problems with death claws before?
We'd see them occasionally, but they didn't seem too keen on getting too close to the quarry. Not sure if it was
Hey,
the
Eddie, how we
noise or all the
doing?
workers. I can't believe that an entire pack moved into the quarry. I thought that kind of bad luck only happened in New Vegas.
I'm not saying I can take care of your death claw problem. I'm level 3. I can't do shit to a death claw.
Okay.
What place is this? Chomps, what place is this?
This is Sloan, a camp for us quarry workers. The actual quarry,
Ooh, crab
Quarry
rangoon.
Junction,
Delicious.
is up the road north of here. The whole thing is an NCR operation. We make cement for the NCR using the limestone we dig out with dynamite and drag lines. Dirty work, but the pay's good.
Yeah, I
Wish
imagine.
we got paid in caps, though. Not a lot of merchants like taking NCR paper money.
NCR paper money? What's the NCR need with the cement?
It all gets shipped by rail over towards Boulder City and Hoover Dam. The NCR is probably building fortifications with it all.
Gonna play you in the background while I Minecraft, the perfect combo. God bless Fridays. Yeah. Let me know when you go live, by the way. I was planning on like wrapping up the stream in about like around like 8 or 9 o'clock or something along those lines. Whenever you guys got started, I just figured I'd raid into you guys. Enjoy your crab rangoon. What Chomps? What in the hell's a dragline?
It's a big machine which moves rocks around, piles at a time. It's pre-war tech, so you need to thump it once in a while to keep it running.
Of course, I'm picking you, babe. Don't worry about it. That one time with Melody, that was for a bid. That was for part of the bid. You don't get paid in caps? Goddamn, Chomps, that sounds like a raw fucking deal.
Nope. The NCR has been trying to switch over to using paper money, just like in the pre-war days. Trouble is that the exchange rates ain't exactly fair. For example, $100 in NCR money is valued at roughly half that in caps around here. Seems like a rotten deal for us, but work is work.
Well, shit. Well, tell me about something else, Chomp.
Sure.
What can you tell me about New Vegas?
I've been there once, and I don't recommend it. It's just a way to burn through a month's pay in 5 minutes. I've seen a lot of folks come through here thinking they'll have the easy life once they get there. It never happens.
That's rough. Well, that's rough for you, but I'm built different. I got 8 luck.
If you insist on going north, don't be expecting a rescue when you get into trouble.
Goddamn, Chomp. No, I wasn't planning on heading north. I'm just poking around, poking my head around, see what's going on. Talk to you some of these miners. You sound a lot like my buddy Ringo. You know that? Let's see what's in the barracks. Anything going on in here? Oh, Dean's Electronics. That's super useful, actually. Let me hide in this corner. Shut the fuck up, you don't see me. There we go. That's right. You took too long. Now your book is gone. Ducking! Jesus Christ, I got a fuckload of skill books in here. Hell yeah. Alright, I need to drink some stuff here real quick, or eat something. Drink a couple Sunset Sarsaparillas. Maybe a steak. Cigarettes and buff out. Yeah, I'm not unlocking that while these guys are all here sleeping.
Of course.
Poor Snuffle. Wish somebody could do something about his leg. Aw, Stuffle! Aw, why you limping, buddy? Ooh. Your leg appears to be injured. Snuffles, I hate to point this out, but your leg appears to be injured. Oh, I didn't realize they opened their mouths like that. Oh, I hate that, actually. Well, Snuffles, it is your lucky day as I appear to have some sort of rudimentary medical training, as well as some veterinarian knowledge. I will now be cleaning your wound with antibiotics, and I will be binding your leg. This is going to fucking hurt. There we go. Well, how's it going, Snuffles? Alright, you take care. Oh, they got ourselves a little privy out here. Now it's the old mining office. Let's see what we can get ourselves around to in here. It doesn't look like... I mean, everyone's gonna be sleeping. There's no way they got people fucking hauling shit around in here. Of course, they are on the outs, so maybe it makes sense that there's not too much here. Damn, they ain't got shit! Oh, hey. Ah, it's an average lock. And there's no way I'm gonna be able to pick that right now. Alright, later. Ooh, they got their pay. Why is this game kind of creepy looking? Lighting. Environments are lit, like, with more realistic lighting. They got, like, lanterns for light sources. They don't have central electricity around here, so... And it's also, like, dark at night. I think it would look better if it was, like, you know, less like that. Yeah, let's see what they got going on in the machine shop.
Jazz screwed up the coffee again. Wouldn't drink it if I were you.
Ah, damn. I was thinking I could use with me a cup. Anyways, ignore the fact that I'm here and, you know, digging through your shit. Besides, I don't want anything in here anyways. Yeah, what's going on in the mess?
Let me ask you a question. What's the tastiest thing you've ever eaten?
Anything that wasn't made about 200 years ago, roughly. I prefer fresh cuts of meat. Crab rangoon.
Yeah, can you believe some people still eat that stuff? Anyway, I've got this recipe for a Deathclaw omelet that I've been itching to try out. Trouble is, I need a Deathclaw egg. Kinda obvious, I suppose.
Where in the hell did you come up with this recipe?
My great-aunt Rose ran a bed and breakfast back in California, in a town called Modoc. She's the one who created the recipe in the first place. I don't know how she managed to get a hold of a female Deathclaw, but she kept it in a shed. Aunt Rose had a steady supply of eggs for her omelets.
I do remember this.
At least, she did until some stranger came along and killed the Deathclaw. Shot it right in the eye.
Ah, damn, I might have done that. Where can I find a Deathclaw egg? What in God's name are you offering in exchange for a Deathclaw egg?
I don't have much in the way of money, but I'd be willing to share the secret of the recipe.
Well, okay, that makes sense. Where can I find it?
The quarry just north of here is full of Deathclaws, so there's bound to be an egg or two in there somewhere. Of course, a Deathclaw egg from anywhere will do. According to my Aunt Rose, those things have a ridiculously long shelf life.
Still thinking about the shit explosion that happens in Modoc. Some questions about this place.
Sure. What did you want to know?
You don't much look like a quarry worker, Jess.
Oh, I'm not. I'm making my way to New Vegas. They say anything goes there. And best of all, the NCR can't mess it up for you. I'll get there eventually. I've heard that you can't even get into the Strip unless you're rich.
Damn. You from California?
Born and raised. Things back in California are better than they've ever been, according to my grandpa. The raiders are mostly gone now, and it's easy enough to get a job at one of the mills or farms. But now there's taxes and laws and other things.
Laws.
The NCR keeps things safe and orderly, but it's all very boring. So, I came out east, towards the frontier.
Yeah, let's talk about something else.
All right. Do you need anything to eat or drink?
No, I don't.
All right, then.
Well, a lot of these questions are going to come later when I'm actually capable of taking out a Deathclaw, and I don't think there's anything in here that I particularly want to steal. So, fucking right off. Well, can't go north, so I guess we're heading back down south to Primm. That's fine. That's kind of where I wanted to go anyways. There are ways, like, there are methods where you can, like, actually kind of sneak around some of the Deathclaws and, like, some of the Castors or whatever that are up in that direction and get up there, but it's such a pain in the ass to do it. And it's like, you know, it's much more rewarding from a narrative perspective to go around the back way. Get a lot of cool stuff that going around that way that you don't otherwise. Otherwise, you're just like hanging around and it kind of gets resolved for you. You don't get introduced to some of the other places as much. So we're going to be going, like I said, more of a standard playthrough of New Vegas. Good old open sky. God, I really wish I could have the radio playing. That'd be so neat. I've been enjoying that so much. Instead, all we have is the relatively creepy atmosphere. Pinion nuts, spam, fresh potatoes, smut fruit. Doctor's bag, that's not bad. Bunch of food here. Oh, speaking of radio, actually. So obviously, Eddie, I'm sure you know that like the radio is like full of like a bunch of like 1950s like big band era like music is supposed to be playing right now. But because of copyright issues, I can't really play that on stream. Thankfully, I have a chat command here. If you type in radio, gives you both a YouTube video and a Spotify playlist of every song from New Vegas. So you can just kind of put that on a little bit quieter in the background and just kind of vibe and enjoy the atmosphere like how you're supposed to. I mean, it's so important to the atmosphere of the game. Like, I feel weird not having it. Did I put it together? I just found the links to the stuff. I didn't actually put together the playlist or anything like that. Listen, I like to think that I'm doing pretty good in terms of, like, you know, shit that I'm, like, doing to make sure things are coming out pretty good with this, but I'm not going that far. Copyright for video game music is so dumb. I agree. But But the thing is, it's not video game music. This is like stuff like this is like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin playing shit, and that shit's not. You're not going to be able to get away from that. Yeah, unfortunately, this is just the best. This is the best we got to work with. Well, already took care of these guys, so this is fine. Oh yeah, I did drop that blood pack. I was wondering what the fuck a blood pack was just doing sitting out like that. Oh hey, leather armor. Thanks for that, buddy. Yeah, this is definitely where Ringo got hit. Then he booked it all the way back over to Goodsprings, which is kind of impressive, honestly. Oh. Got a couple of fuckos over there. Yep, here they come.
Come on!
Hey, you can give me all this. Thank you. Oh, they got a little plane over here. That's neat. I guess this is part of their skydiving. This is part of the old skydiving tours. Being skydiving key. Hey, another Sarsaparilla Star bottle cap. Neat. Bottle cap. Boxing tape. Found 22 pistol. I'll take that. Alright, then it looks like there's Prem down there. Hello, who's this?
Hello? Can you help me?
Depends. What's wrong?
My girl is trapped by geckos on the ridge, and I can't get to her. Please, she's going to die.
Where? You just left? You just left her there? Where is she?
Go up the path, past the broken radio tower, and go to the right. They're at the top of the trail.
I'll see what I can do. I'm not gonna lie, you seem a little laissez-faire about this, considering, but I mean, hey, it's not for me to tell you how to live. Yep, there's the broken radio tower. And here are the geckos. Meat and hide, but unfortunately I'm a little over encumbered right now. Where are these fucking geckos? I see their pips. Oh, there they are. Stop it, you. Yeah, all right. Oh, hey, Barton, you came with me.
That's the end of that. Sorry I tricked you, but thanks for clearing out the geckos. Now I can get to that stash up there, after I deal with you.
Barton, you sure you want to do this? Because this seems like a really fucking bad idea from your perspective. And there he goes. Da, 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 da. God, he's really fucking rolling. God damn. Oh, thanks for your shit, I guess. What did he think was going to happen? I don't understand. Is it even worth keeping? I genuinely don't think it is. Your gun's not even worth me keeping it. Goddamn, dude. That's not good. Oh. Oh. Almost stepped on a fucking bear trap. Wow, it's a Wild Wasteland thing, but I don't even understand what this is a reference to, so bye, Johnny. Oh, 10mm pistol. Goddamn. That's great, actually. I'll drop one. You know, bottle caps. Goddamn, what a great little diversion. Thank you. Thank you, Barton, for your goddamn lack of sense. Alright. And once again, we're back on the road to Slim. Or Prim, excuse me. Thinking of something completely different. That is a different consonant entirely. Although there is something marked over here that we could probably check out. And it's getting us back to the road anyway, so. White horse nettle. I think that's useful in poisons. Who are you? Another one of them fucking geckos. There we go. The streets of New Reno. Oh, hey! More of you fuckers. Well, okay, that was a terrible mistake. Should have just shot you in the chest. Now I'm out of VATS points. And 3 more bullets than I needed. Ah, shit! Ow. Read note. The note reads, not many patrols out here lately, which means not much loot. Our crew is thinking we should make a move soon. Follow the tracks up north, head towards the strip, yeah? You ain't on the chain gang anymore, but we still gotta stick together. Well, they're probably all dead. They got fucking got by death claws. Which, you know, good for them, honestly. As I have walked out the streets of New Reno. To New Reno one day. There we go. Alright, that's fine. Oh, I can do a little cooking. Ooh, I can make some party time mentats. That's really good, actually. I'm gonna make some of those. Thank you, drugs. That's +5 to crisp. God damn it. Keep forgetting about those fucking powder charges. Yeah, whatever. Oh, I'm stealing from fucking powder gangers. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Actually, that's not even worth it, even with the armor. Yeah, there it is. It's cheap as shit, too. Goddamn. Oh, isn't this a fucking paradise? Scotch, vodka, wine. Yep, nothing much pouring past there. Can I get into this Seward? Nope. Just genuinely not worth it in any way, shape, or form, huh? Alright. More geckos up there, but I'm not fucking with them. Gotta get to Prim. How the fuck did that not hit him? Oh, this man is bugged. Oh, that man's bugged to fuck. Alright, well. That's New Vegas. You live and learn. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's just a rad roach. Who in the fuck? Who's there? There we go. Just gotta hit them enough for them to stagger, and then it's pretty easy. Otherwise, they're a little hard to hit. Yeah, what's going on in the fine town of Prim? Look at that roller coaster. Ah, NCR flag. Must be some sort of outpost or something.
Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Prim is off limits.
Says who, jackass? What's going on? I'm sorry, excuse me. What happens to be going? What's going on in Prim?
Some convicts from the prison up the road have taken over the town. Everyone inside is either dead or in hiding.
You don't you just sound super enthusiastic about that fact, Trooper?
As well. You'd be safer heading back up to Good Springs.
Shouldn't you be protecting the town or something?
We'd love to, but they don't fall under NCR jurisdiction. Even if they did, we're in no shape to protect them.
So you're just gonna fucking sit here and do nothing. So why can't you protect them?
We don't have the equipment to take out the convicts. And even if we did, we need some extra hands for backup. You should talk to Lieutenant Hayes. He's in a tent down the road. Just stay on the west side of the overpass if you don't want to get shot.
Oh, don't you just a cheerful motherfucker. That's right. Set him up, I'll knock him down. NCR trooper would be like, I missed the part where that's my problem. I tell you what, it takes a lot to watch a gang of convicts take over a town not 50 feet away from your face and be like, yeah, it's fucking whatever. I tell you what, it's a real fuck over there for these fucking troopers.
I'm Sergeant McGee of the New California Republic Army, 5th Battalion, 1st Company. If you want to talk about something, speak to Lieutenant Hayes.
Where are you from?
I'm from the hub originally, but it's been a long time since I saw it. I'm on my second tour here. Most non-commissioned officers are.
Alright, well, I gotta go.
Sir.
Whoa, that is a different voice. So what the fuck are you calling me sir for? I'm just some fucking... I'm a dude. I'm just some guy. I don't even have any reputation with the NCR yet. Fuck you calling me sir for, boy? You got some armor. Not too much worth talking about. 556 in there, though.
I'm not sure you should be here.
I'm not sure you should be here.
I'm Lieutenant Hayes of the New California Republic Army, 5th Battalion, 1st Company. What's your business?
They're really fond of saying that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab fix up some water here real quick. I'll be right back. Actually, I might make a latte. I'll be right back. Oh, ad break. Actually, that could have been timed better if I tried it. I'll just wait a couple seconds for things to be kicking off before we get back into it. Oh, man, I love me a good latte. Nice chai latte. Cinnamon tea and sugar. You love to see it. Nice budget Superman costume. Goddamn. Hey, welcome back. Are we playing Let's Spot Liam O'Brien? No, not quite. But it is funny to be like, wow, Yuri Lowenthal has been in this game a lot. Every time I see like a Yuri Lowenthal character, I'm just like, you sound like my buddy Ringo. Anyone ever tell you that? But yeah, Liam O'Brien and fucking Yuri Lowenthal are all over this fucking game. Goddamn. Bro, what are you doing out here, soldier?
We were sent out here to hold back the tide of convicts from the correctional facility. As you can probably tell, we aren't doing the kind of job we could be doing.
Yeah, I just got my fucking ass shot up like 5 different times just walking down the road. What the fuck is wrong with you? What's the problem with your mission?
The mission isn't a problem. The problem is with supplies. The convicts are better armed and organized than our intel initially suggested. I'm trying to get some reinforcements here, maybe some guns with some firepower, but shit. Things are just going slow.
Yeah, sounds about right. Tell me about the correctional facility.
Most people just call it NCRCF. That's NCR Correctional Facility. A little bit ago, the convicts there staged a coup. Killed the guards that weren't able to escape. And I've been ransacking the area since then.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking problem. Got anything else on the convicts?
Not much. They've taken to calling themselves powder gangers. Mostly because they've taken to using the explosives meant to clear boulders as weapons. They got organized faster than I would have thought. Most of them, at least. Thankfully, the small group in town here seem to have split off from the main force, so they aren't getting anything in the way of support.
That's good, at least. I have some other questions.
I have some free time. Ask away.
Oh, give me 1 second. I just realized that I forgot to do something really quick. Literally 1 second. Got to put the damn thing in the back of the fridge. Got a lot of good that'll do me. Alright, what's New California Republic?
Where do you come from that you haven't heard of the NCR?
Don't worry about it.
Never mind, it doesn't matter much. If you haven't heard of us, you must not be from the Legion. Put simply, the NCR is the greatest nation currently functioning.
Yeah, you know what? It certainly sounds like it with the way you're fucking up this whole fucking project.
Sure can. The NCR was founded from the survivors of one of the Great Vaults. We started as a small settlement called Shady Sands. We now consist of 5 states that make up the greatest nation since the Great War.
What's the Legion?
Caesar's Legion. A bunch of degenerate slavers led by a madman who calls himself Caesar. Every one of them is a barbarian to the last. I've even heard one of their leaders, the Legate or something, goes around with a human skull on his head. Savages to the last.
That does sound like bullshit. Why is NCR interested in this desert, soldier?
Well, it's no secret. Our interest here is twofold. First, we want to remain in control of Hoover Dam. It supplies the Republic with power and is a source of fresh water. Second, we want to prevent the Legion from advancing across the Colorado River and endangering the home states.
Makes sense. Got some other questions for you.
I have some free time.
I actually have no other questions for you. I fucking lied. I've been wasting your fucking time, soldier. I gotta go. Why you calling me sir? You're a sergeant. I am a civilian. The fuck is wrong with you, Hayes? NCR's troopers here have never met a boot they won't lick.
I'm not sure you should be here.
I'm sure shit better suited to being here than you. In fact, actually, what am I looking at for weight? Yeah, I'm just gonna disarm them. Anyways, I'm gonna go over here and do with as one man what you guys can't do with like a whole like fucking like squad. All right, let me see what's going on over here. Yeah, no one over here it seems. Deputy Beagle's residence. Let me see what they got going on. Likes his soda. Grilled mantis, some food. Oh, he's got a gun case over here. Let's see what the man has. He's got a caravan shotgun. That's not bad. And I can repair the one of my varmint rifles. That's fine. It looks like it tinkers a little bit. Alright, that's fine. Prim Sheriff's Office. Oh, that sounded chunky. Yeah, that's not good. Why are you so pale, lady? God damn, you're glowing. Sheriff's duster. And a sheriff's hat. Well, tell you what, sounds like... Oh, 30-08. There we go. And a reloading bench. There, gun case or something? A lot of bullets, but no gun. Seems like there was some kind of a struggle, but at the same time, like, they're just sitting in bed. Ah, there it is. Kept a shotgun under the bed. Oh, it's a cowboy repeater. Goddamn. Well, all right. Oh, but it's like hardly okay. It's busted to shit. I got a weapon repair kit, but I got a couple of weapon repair kits. Well, hot damn! I'm fucking in business now. I was thinking I was only gonna get one of these way later. I completely forgot about the one under the bed. All right. Well, I gotta drop some shit first, though. Well, hot damn. And hell, you know what? I'm even gonna put on the sheriff's duster. Picked up the wrong thing. That's not the sheriff's duster. Drop that frag grenade. I guess I'll drop the straight razor. Yeah, here we got some fucking convicts to round up. Goddamn, I love this fucking repeater. And come to... There we go. Oh, I love this gun. Impacts and bottle caps. $100 NCR money, goddamn. Let's see what's in the Viking vans.
Whoa. I don't know what it was brought you to Primm, youngster, but you might want to rethink your plans. Town's gone to hell.
I hadn't noticed Johnson Nash. Who are you?
Johnson Nash is my name. Husband to Ruby Nash. Lived in Primm going on 8 years now, thick and thin. I'm a trader primarily, for what it's worth with things like they are. I also run the local Mojave Express outpost.
I'm a courier with the Mojave Express.
Well, I don't got any work right now, sorry to say.
Fucking alright, whatever. I lost a package I was supposed to deliver.
I'll tell you whatever I can. You have a delivery order you can show me?
What can you tell me about this job? Show my delivery order.
Oh, so you're talking about one of them packages. That job had strange written all over it, but we couldn't turn down the caps.
Now, what was so strange about it?
That cowboy robot had
that fucking what?
Each was carrying something a little different. Pair of dice, chess piece, that kind of stuff. Last word I have from the office, it looked like payment had been received for the other 5 jobs. Guess it was just your chip that didn't make it. First deadbeat we hired to do the job canceled. Hope a storm from the divide skins him alive. Well, that's where you came in.
Fucking cowboy robot. Victor, you set my ass up. World's first man to be addressed as his wife's husband. God bless him. God bless him, Johnson Nash. He canceled.
Yeah, I got this look when he saw you next down on the courier list. His expression turned right around. Asked me if your name was for real.
Yeah, that's not too common.
Like a rain, you were still kicking. Then he turned down the job, just like that. I asked if he was sure it was good money. No, let Courier 6 carry the package. That's what he said. Like the Mojave'd sort you out or something. Then he just up and walked out.
You know who he was? Where he went?
No idea. Sounds like you two had a history for him to act like that. And turn down the money, too. Hope he didn't see any trouble in that package of yours. Maybe he thought your name was bad luck. Not for me to say.
Well, some men stole my package. Men in checkered suit thugs. They passed this way?
Well, now that you mention it, a few nights back, one of the townies was out scavenging for supplies. He said he saw a fellow with a daisy suit come through with some of them Great Khan misfits. They was talking about a chip.
One of those men shot me. I need to know the best way to get to him.
Well, for that, your best bet is going to be talking to Deputy Beagle. Since they came to town, he was keeping a good bit of notes on them, and he was slinking around Bison Steve when your pretty boy friend came through. He may have heard where they were going.
I'd like to ask
I
you about
guess I
something
don't-
else. What can I do to help Prim?
Right now, Beagle is the closest Prim's got to any organized law, but he's still stuck up in Bison Steve. First thing I'd say is get his sorry butt out of there.
Now, you got anything for sale?
Sure, have a look.
Well, damn, he's pretty well supplied for considering the fact that he's stuck in a goddamn casino somewhere. Alright, sell some of these pistols that I don't need no more. Probably not going to be using the revolver, but at the same time, I'll keep that for hoarding purposes. Same with most of these, honestly. Just brought up. I'm going to keep most of this. Sell some of the coyote meat that I got. I got weight-wise. Purified water. Got a stealth boy. Keep this ramen steak just in case. Sell a cigarette. Antiseptics. Yeah, that's fine. What do you have, Johnson? Airgun shotgun, not too much. A plasma pistol magazine accelerator. That's a little specialized, but alright. 357. Take that. I could use some 10mm rounds. It doesn't seem like you got any. I'll just take some 9mm. Yeah, I'll take that. Gives me a little
Give me
bit
a
of
shout if you need
ammo.
anything else.
Alright. You take care, Johnson.
Before the powder gangers came to town, Johnson Nash ran the local store in the Mojave Express station.
Well, as I live and breathe, that ain't Prim Slim.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum.
Who are you, Prim Slim?
Prim Slim at your service. Authentic cowpoke and official spokesspot of the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum. Yeehaw!
Prim Slim, who are Vicky and Vance?
Where have you been, partner? Hiding under a rock? Vicky and Vance were this nation's fourth or maybe fifth most infamous celebrity outlaw couple ever. That's who they was. Prim Slim here can tell you the whole story, if you can spare a minute to hear the tale.
Well, goddamn, Prim Slim, I ain't got nothing but time. Tell me the whole story.
Yahoo! I ain't had a chance to tell their tale in a mess of years. First things first, any boss you've heard about Vicky and Vance being copycats ain't nothing but ill-tempered slander. Fact is, they begun their crime spree 2 days before Bonnie and Clyde robbed their first bank. So who was copying who? Now, true, Vicky and Vance didn't exactly cut a wide swath of murder and bank robbery across the central U.S. like Bonnie and Clyde did. It was more like a narrow swath of shoplifting, check cashing fraud, and gas pump drive-offs. But crime is crime. They drove reckless, too.
Damn.
Having lived by the gun, well, Vance owned one anyway, it was only fitting that the duo of desperados would die by the gun. Perhaps it was fate itself that accidentally drove them into a crossfire between police and a gang of bank robbers in Plano, Texas. Or maybe they just didn't notice until it was too late. It's been said that Vicky would have tried to cash a bad check in that bank, had she lived. We'll never know for sure. All we know is that the crossfire tore the car and both occupants to pieces, and the police issued an official apology. You can put your eyes on the genuine death car just over yonder, and there's Vance's machine gun in the case next to it.
Well, damn. You tell me about Prim Slim.
Prim is a thriving resort community located in Clark County, Nevada, right along Interstate 15. Whether you can't wait till Vegas to try your luck, or want to hit one last jackpot before you leave Nevada, Prim's your place. The town's premier attraction is the world-famous Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum, so you came to the right place, partner.
Oh, what about the Bison Steve Hotel right across the street?
The Bison Steve is one of Prim's less impressive casino hotels. I'd steer clear of that place, partner, if I were you. Rumor is the dealers over there cheat, and that rickety roller coaster is liable to fall down any day because it wasn't built to code.
Oh, shit. What is this place, Prim Slim?
Why, this is the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum, Prim's premier tourist attraction and resort destination. Yeehaw!
I love Cowboy Robot. You know what, Prim Slim? I gotta get going, but you stay funky. Bye. Wow. The 9mm submachine gun preserved in this case, glass case to the left of this bike is the actual weapon Vance carried in a paper wrap box under some suitcases in the trunk of his car during his and Vicky's crime spree. It had fired and luckily untouched by the hail of bullets that ended its notorious owner's life. Weapon's mint condition inspires dread in all who look upon it. Experts speculate that Vance might have killed as many as 50 people had he ever fired the gun, so long as his aim was exact and he was starting off with a full clip. Or even more if he had had additional ammo clips and remembered to reload. It is missing. It is gone. Wow, Vance's outfits. These mannequins were displayed in replicas of some of the clothing that was found in the trunk of Vicky and Vance's death car. Vance didn't share Vicky's sense of fashion. He chose to dress himself as he envisioned a gangster would dress. These replica outfits showed just how conscious Vicky was of the styles of the period. Vicky was well known for her sense of fashion, and her fixation on expensive clothing was thought to be one of the reasons the pair chose a life of crime.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum.
Well, Prim, I hate to tell you this, but did you know that Vance's gun is missing?
Just mosey on over to the display case and you'll see it plain as day. Quite a piece, that gun. Mint condition, never fired.
Prim Slim, scam your data registry. You've been hacked.
Well, look at that. I happened across this data file locked away in an isolated subsystem.
Well, thank you.
Howdy.
Matt Barker added. Yeah, it must have been the West Side South entrance over there. Mail, is it still there? Yep, it's here, Sam. Well, hot damn, let's grab it and go. Howdy, partners. Welcome to the Vicky and Vance Casino Museum. Can you shut that thing up, Pauline? Sure thing, honey. You grab the gun and we'll get going. Please do not touch the exhibits. I almost got it. I'll wipe the memory file as well. Okay, let's get going. I'm going to stick this bad boy in my safe until we're ready. Alright, once I'm done with this memory block, we'll head back to West Side until we're ready. Well, alright. Nowhere to follow up on that with. Once I get up to West Side, Christ. Oh, Daniel Wyand. He was one of the delivery orders. The package north of the entrance to the Vegas Strip by way of Freeside age to the recipient will meet at the checkpoint, take possession of the package, and pay for the delivery. Manifest 2 oversized fuzzy dice. Well, that seems to be some sort of robot. Actually, I'm going to ship some of this stuff to Good Springs. See, if I can just toss it in here, I don't need to worry about it. I'll keep leather armor. Weapon. Machete, generic grenade, rider sword, caravan shotgun, throwing spears, leather 10mm, and I think that's it. And I'll also toss the armor for. I'll keep it just in case I need something. But I'm not. Listen, I'm not too bold enough to admit that I don't like the armored set. All right. And there you go. That'll be in Good Springs. I can just go pick it up whenever. This is an advanced model robot with a reinforced frame. It's well weathered and appears to have been seen a good bit of action. There's very little in the way of serious damage. We can check out the electronics. Few of the primary electronic systems seem to be fully functional, and the redundant systems are all working. Bypass some of the primary systems, secondary systems should compensate and make some of the repairs easier. Yeah, let me see. I could probably... I'm at 50 science, so I could probably find some. Programmer's Digest, there we go. And run the bypass. Alright, so now the repair is easier. And see if I can't get some fix and stuff. What are my skills at? What's repair looking like? 30? I might be able to fix that up with some mentats. Didn't fixing things, unfortunately. Well. Ah, there it is. Fixing things. Now I can... Where's... Oh, shit. He's up there. Wow. Eddie. I will... Companion protocol begin. Eddie has given you the enhanced sensor perk. Eddie, I didn't know that you were in New Vegas. Look at you. Yes, I would love you if you were a flying, like, spherical robot. Look at you. Look, you even got like a little name tag. Eddie on the side. I love Eddie. Eddie's great. Eddie's a great companion. Alright, there's one of these motherfuckers up here. There you are. I never got Eddie. Eddie's great. I like Eddie. He pairs really well with Boone. Because he pops your perception up to 10, so that way you see everything before it comes, and then Boone can snipe it out. Especially with Spotter. There we go. He's just all covered in bumper stickers. Like he's got a little like honor student like bumper sticker. It's great. He's great. Love Eddie. We're gonna bump this up to 35. Actually, you know what? Bump it to 40. We're supposed to be a smooth talker. And then what do I want to bump up to 3? That's not good because I'm not going to ever use it for anything, but it puts that at a nice even number, which really like feels good. Educated, you gain 2 more skill points every time you advance in level. This perk is best taken early on to maximize its effectiveness. That's really good. Comprehension, you gain double the bonus from skill magazines, from any magazines, and 1 additional point from skill books. Might take that. Yeah, I'll take Educate and then Comprehension next time. Rest in pieces, Thomas. How we doing? A very large rat had launched at incredibly high speeds. You'd be surprised how often this happens. Alright, well, it seems like we got all the guys on the outside of the casino. We might as well head on in. Do I have my lights on? No. There we go. Come here, you son of a bitch. Ooh, shit. Hey, you're close. Alright. You take that. Look at that. Alright, let's see if we can't get ourselves into the safes around here. Got some stuff around here. Anything worth taking? Does not appear to be so. Bottle caps. Ah, Tales of Junktown Jerky Vendor. Delightful. That's a hard... That's... Goddamn. Alright. Not getting into there for a while. Is there any kind of key or something that I can, like, find, maybe? Maybe not. Ah, Sunset Sarsaparilla Star bottle cap. Let's hack this Let's get through this real quick. Gets me through the maintenance.
Over here! They killed him!
Oh, shit. Andy, we might have problems. Why does his face look like that? What happened? What an unfortunate man. This is putting him out of his misery. I like having 10 reload and 10 agility. The animation runs ridiculously fast. Yeah, it's always fun whenever like you get like the third person bats thing and you're just like slapping your gun. It looks more normal now. That's so... No, it's still a little fucked up. I should probably be paying attention. Some people are trying to shoot me.
Incoming! I'm hit!
Oh, I should probably heal. Varmint rifle. Stimpak. Oh, he's got an enhanced varmint rifle. Neat. He's got a silencer on it. That's not bad. Yeah, I see you over there, Beagle. I'm not fucking messing with you yet. Purified water. Whiskey. Water. Yeah, alright. I think I ate too many crab rangoon. Oh no, she has stomach ache from too much cream cheese and crab. It's over for her. I'm so sorry, babe. Let's see. Hey, Beagle.
I don't suppose you came here to rescue me. I'd cross my fingers, but my hands are numb.
That's true. You must be Deputy Beagle.
Why, yes, I am. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm in a bit of a predicament here. I'd be most appreciative if you'd set me free.
Yeah, I'd love to do that, but I hear you may have some information on some cons that came through here with a guy in a checkered suit.
Indeed I do, good sir. And I would be thrilled to share that information with you as soon as I am released from captivity.
You can tell me, or you can rot here.
Well, you look to be a trustworthy sort. Okay, I'll tell you what I know. I overheard them saying that they're on their way to Novak. If you want to follow them, I strongly suggest that you follow the road through Nipton. There are a lot of dangerous things out in the desert, and you won't have me with you to protect you, as I need to stay here and keep Prim safe.
Okay. I love that the conversation cuts off there, like you could just leave.
It would be so very delightful if you set me free.
Well, how'd you end up being a hostage, Deputy Beagle?
I must say it's been the low point of my career in law enforcement.
By the way, can I
powder
offer a
gang
word of
stole
advice
into
you probably
town
already
tonight
know? Sure.
And murdered my sister and her husband, the sheriff, in bed while I was sleeping in the office. I watched them for a bit, waiting for the right moment to pounce and arrest the lot of them, taking careful notes as I watched. To my dismay, they found me while I waited in the shadows and brought me here.
Yeah. You know what? I'll set you free.
Oh, that's just marvelous. I think I'll be making my way outside now. The air's a
Quick
little
save before
close.
going anywhere with him, because in my experience he will die. Yeah, that's fine, but he doesn't matter enough to, like, matter. Hey, if you run away instead of trying to fight at my side, I'll kill you myself.
Oh, why, of course. I'd never let you fight my kidnappers with my help, without it. You lead the way.
Yeah, this dude dies a lot, but it's fine. All right, we'll go ahead and clear this up, clear up this this area, finish up this quest, and then we're gonna be heading over. We're gonna be raiding Eddie, who is going to be going live with Girls Night Raft, which I am sure we are all very much looking forward to. I cannot wait to watch them see it. I can't wait to see if there's going to be another Piss Island. Please give us like 15 minutes. Why? Of course, yeah. Why would it not? Listen, Piss Island was objectively very funny. You know, do I have the stats? I do have the stats for those. Oh, there he goes. God bless you, Deputy Beagle. Truly, he is going for it.
Anybody there?
Yeah. Yeah, you won't be so funny whenever I have this thing loaded. Oh shit. Yeah, Beagle, you're alright.
If we were to miss a convict...
Dirty pre-war money. Put that second floor here in a second. Hey, what's up? Thomas just say you hated me. It's over. How could he do this? How are we doing today, Liger? Reward money. Cigarettes. Ooh, a first aid box. That seems like it defeats the purpose, but okay. I mean, I guess it does have morphine in it, so, I mean, makes sense that it might want to be locked, but still. Feels like a weird place to keep your morphine anyways. Alright. Oh, and hey, these two dipshits. Cabinet key. Ooh, they got Jet. They know how to have fun. 4 pounds of old lady strawberry candy. That sounds delicious, actually. How much was it? Ooh, the gun cabinet. Another cowboy repeater. Neat. Oh, no. Like, how much was it? Oh, like 4 pounds, like British, or? That seems like a weird thing to say, because I know you're American. Well, I don't think there's too much else left to do in this particular level. Like $26 or something. That's terrible for 4 pounds of candy. Are you planning on, like, distributing those on Halloween? Now, there has got to be, like, a stairway that I'm just missing here. Three more money. Cheaper than my dinner tonight, goddamn. Alright, see you, Eddie. We'll see you here in a little bit. Okay, and then that's the door to the outside area. Ooh, a ransom note. Oh, that guy blew his brains out. You want to see your wife alive again, bring the cash in the small unmarked bills to the Bison Steve on Tuesday. Oh yeah, that man blew his fucking brains out. Oh. Smoked a couple cigarettes on the bed and then just went and did it. I just had a craving for nostalgia. Just Magic Candy. I get that. Oh. And there's the wife, I'm pretty sure. And her throat is slit. That's bad. And Psycho. Free war money. Oh, they OD'd in the bath. God damn! They OD'd in the bath. Oh, with a switchblade. Damn, I tell you what, this is a bad scene all around, honestly. Crazy that the bombs dropped like 2 seconds after this happened. Thank you for hosting the stream. Good night, Dead. Yeah, take care, Thomas. We'll see you later. Like, have you ever gone to a restaurant you like to say, I'll try something new, then it wasn't as good as you wasted almost $30 on curry flavored ramen because you didn't decide between curry and ramen? No, because I love curry ramen. I would always enjoy that. It's a skill issue. Yep, that's all. Did Deputy Beagle not make it? I swear to God, I had that motherfucker with me. There he is.
That was breaking myself out of a hostage situation. Problem is, there's still no law in Primm.
I don't know why I'm skipping
dialogue. What are we to do the next time ruffians menace us and hold us hostage?
What are you talking about? You're the sheriff now.
Oh no, I'm just the deputy, and I can't be a deputy without a sheriff. It's called chain of command.
Oh Lord. What are the qualifications for a sheriff?
It should be someone brave like you, but more of a homebody. Someone who'll settle down and watch over us. I heard the powder gangers talking about someone in the prison named Myers who has some experience as a sheriff. He may be a good choice. Also, with the NCR so close by, you may be able to get them to take over the town. Not sure why they haven't helped out already.
Well, I'll help bring law and order back to Primm.
You will? That's just marvelous. The sheriff that was incarcerated up at NCRCF may be a good choice. You also may be able to convince that NCR guy across the road to take the town under his wing. Although martial law doesn't sound so fun.
Well, as tempting as that is, I have a better idea. Justice is cold. Justice is unfeeling. Justice is a robot, and that robot's name is Primm Slim. Yeehaw. I can't believe this. We've been going for like, oh god, how long have we been going? We've been going for about 4 hours now. 4 hours, and we've already found 2 cowboy robots. What a good game. What a wonderful, perfect game. I got a boat with legs today. I also have a boat with legs. That boat with legs is pretty neat. I love Metaphor ReFantazio. What a good game. I recently just got the 5th party member, and boy, I tell you what, that game is still cooking. Every single member of that cast is great. Where are you, Johnston? Mr. Nash, where are you at? Go ahead, take that. I don't actually want that baseball. Yeah, I lost karma, whatever.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Johnson.
Hey there. You got that old robot up and running again?
I have a question about Eddie.
That beat up old pile of bolts? What do you
I want
doing?
that pink-haired Cockney bunny rabbit lady so bad. Well, she's not a rabbit lady. She's a dog lady. They're all dogs. Every last one of them is a dog. But no, she's great. I love her. And where did it come from?
The courier dropped it off a little bit ago. I'd hoped to get it up and running for some courier work, but never could get it running.
Any idea what I should do with it?
Not a bit. I imagine there must be some people around curious about that kind of technology.
Yeah, all right. See? Speaking of technology, Cowboy Robot, you are now the law.
Howdy, partner. Any luck?
Haven't found the gun. Grim Slim, you are now the sheriff.
Law enforcement protocols reinstated, partner. Initializing use of force authorization. Authorization found. Yeah!
There's a pink-haired Cockney rabbit lady. She's not a rabbit lady. She's a dog lady, but she is pink-haired. She's great. I love her. This is like human. I'm not gonna lie. This is like, it's so fucked up that Atlas made like a social life like RPG sort of thing, like Persona, but you're an adult, like you're 18 years old, and everyone else is an adult, with one exception. And like everyone's super fucking hot. Everyone's super fucking hot, and they're like, no romance. Yeah, but like Fox, Liger, I hate to tell you this, but foxes are canine. Like, this is like the same, like, I hate to say it like this, but you are actually barking up the same tree. Anyways, Prim Slim's the sheriff. Let's fucking go. What do I want to do? Where do I want to put this? Lockpick. I want to get lockpick up. I'm gonna be really annoyed seeing chests that I can't pop open. Where can I put 1 point and that's not gonna piss me off? Nowhere. I guess it's gonna go into guns. How old is Gallica? Your age. Actually, you know what? She's a fairy. It's weird. They're technically immortal. It's like one of those things. It's like as long as they have a purpose, they live on. So it's kind of like, and they don't really grow up past that point. Past the point where she's at. So she could be anywhere from like, she could be like your age, or she could be like 50, several hundred years old. Who knows? Foxes are canines, but they're not dogs. But you get what I'm saying, Liger, right? Like saying somebody is a fox and then a dog is like very different than saying like someone is a dog and a rabbit. This weird feeling that MC is like thousands of years old. He is a child. He is 18 years old. We saw him as a child. MILF fairy is what you're saying? No, she is not a MILF. I don't care if she's thousands of years old. She's not a MILF.
Heard it was you brought the law back to Prim, youngster. Hats off to you.
Yep. See ya. I brought the law back to Prim. Let's go. Hey, Beagle, you piece of shit.
Well, if it isn't the Lawbringer.
I realize immediately she doesn't qualify. Like, take one look at her. She does not qualify. What's your problem now?
My problem is that I'm no longer a deputy. I'm just a beagle now.
Get
Slim's
rid
alright.
of this.
I don't wish him no harm, but the law to him is a set of logic. Not everything is black and white. Not sure a robot can ever understand that.
Well, I'm glad you're crippled, and I'm glad you're out of work. And go fuck yourself.
Well.
Oh, it's not Deputy Beagle anymore, it's just Beagle. That's good. That's really good. What a good game. I think at least one tribe lays eggs. Actually, no, I don't think so, because crossbreeding works, and that would not work if there was eggs involved, I don't think. Yeah, the only one that would do eggs has like a canonical half-breed between that tribe and another tribe. There's no way. I'm not trying to, like, shit on your theory or anything, but... Alright, let's see... Give me 1 second here. Let's see how the ladies are doing. Let me pop over to Twitch and see if they're live yet. Well, that's Melanie Pepham that's live. And God bless Sketch Edward is live. Let's go. You remember the Monster Hunter Egg Discourse? I try to forget every day. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh my god. I'm sending you guys into a tree. This is great. Alright, give me 1 second. Gonna go ahead and raid Eddie. Thank you guys for sticking around. Boy, I tell you what, I've been having such a good time this stream. Oh, Fallout New Vegas is so much fun. Oh god, it's so good. What a good game. What a good game. We'll be doing more of this later. I'm also going to try to get in some more Umineko and some Yakuza, and you know how that goes. And I know Eddie wants to get in some Disco Elysium, so we're gonna have a lot of shit available for the next couple like weeks. So look forward to that. Also, do you know how eggs work? Do you know how eggs work? I do. I don't think that if a species lays eggs, it can crossbreed with like a live birth species. I don't think that's like physically possible. Anyways, Sketch Eddie time. Sketch Eddie. Hooray! Let's go! Let's fucking go! It's rap time, baby! Dead before you leave. Okay. Hit me. What's going on? Oh, Lazy wasn't here, so I had to do it myself. Okay. I will click that, and I will watch it off stream. You guys have fun over with Eddie. Bye-bye now.